Are we all here? We all here? We all ready? We all buckled in? There's apparently two watching now. I'm pretty sure one is me. One is me. So we got someone else there. Birds are obviously gonna start talking now. Oh man. They love doing this. They love doing this. They wait until the exact moment that I start talking. They were dead silent. Dead silent. Off. Let me turn this audio off. How we doing, guys? How we doing today? How we doing, chat? Let me go to I don't remember which one does what. I don't remember which one does what. Let me turn on. I'm gonna also get an extra light because it's a little dark here. Okay, hold on. So that's webcam. There we go. Click. Why is it black? It's black, you guys. Hold on. Oh, chat, you know what? Hi. I forgot about that. There's a little cover at the very top. It goes boop, boop, boop. Oh, man. Wow. Should I just turn that off for now? Yeah, it's plenty bright. It's plenty bright. Oh, hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Yeah, it's going to be a little late. It's going to be a little latent. I think there's a 15-second latency. Maybe, perhaps, possibly. You know what I should do? Even though I don't need this, I should pull up the. No, I don't need to. I was gonna say I should pull up the Streamlabs app, because with the Streamlabs app, then I can use the magic. What's the magic word? Why is it out of focus? Okay, I was gonna say I could just mute stuff off of my phone, but I'm not playing a game right now, so I don't need to do that. Why is it out of focus? Hey, go to sleep. Wake up. Now you guys know how I see. Now you know how bad my vision is. It looks exactly like this. Okay, if I just slowly back up. Just slowly. Just like that. Boom. Oh, there we go. Oh, privyet. Privyet. Alright. Here we are. As you can see, it is currently Bible time. I have a very large Bible collection. I have the ones that are up here. You can't see it. I have ones up here. You can kind of see a little bit here. And I have some stacked on my bed, which would normally go either there or over there. Or, oh, you can see my dirty dishes. Oh, no, now everybody knows I have dirty dishes in my room. Dude, it's over. It's over. What a... Oh. What dirty dishes? What are you guys talking about? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. You guys are crazy. Those are all clean. You guys are crazy. There's no dirty dishes in my room. I'm not an animal. Okay. So, where are we gonna begin? Where are we gonna start? There's so many places we could start. I think I think I'll just go from one side, make my way down. When I hit a translation that I have multiple of, probably just, keep doing that. You guys agree? Yeah? Yeah, you guys don't know anything about all the Bibles I have yet, so there wouldn't be any reason for you to disagree. So we're going to start off with this. This is actually one of the hardest Bibles I had to track down. This is the Darby translation. Don't know if you're going to read the words here. Yeah, I'm going to be shoving things in the camera a lot, so I don't know how to do that very well, but yeah, this is published in England. I had to get this off of a British website. This is from Kingston Trust Bibles. Kingston Bible Trust. Silly me. See there, it's from West Sussex. What a funny little name for a location. It's got this lovely. This is my favorite part about it. It's got this lovely pink rose gold gilding on it. It's just a small little Bible. There's nothing very special about it. We've got the Song of Songs here, double column format, obviously. And it's got a lot of footnotes on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see. You have the verses there, and you have a lot of footnotes down here. Yeah, this was made by John Nelson Darby, this translation. And John Nelson Darby was one of the fathers of dispensationalism. One of. He didn't invent it, but Yeah, he made his own translation. I think if correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this is before the King James, or not the King. This is before the American Standard Version. So this was him trying to update the King James with modern scholarship, modern for 18 whatever. And yeah, he actually has a lot of really good footnotes, a lot of very in-depth footnotes about the original Hebrew and the original Greek. It's very interesting. Yeah, so I'm not a dispensationalist, but it's pretty. I respect the game. I respect the game. All right, next we have one of the Bibles I got from Walmart. This is my Barbie Pink New Living Translation. Barbie Pink is what I take to church to impress all the girls. I don't, but yeah. So we got a little gift page. I don't know exactly what it's called. I feel there's a name for this, but I just call it the gift page because when if you get it as a gift, and you're like, oh, presented to by on the occasion of, and then the date, and blah 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 blah. Walmart Bible goes hard. Yeah, cheap too. This thing was like I don't remember, like $13. Then it's the New Living Translation. This is obviously by Tyndale. Tyndale mostly publishes the New Living Translation. Well, they own it. They made it. So nothing terribly special about the inside. The print is very, very small, very tiny. Look at that microscopic print. With at the very bottom, we have our little footnotes here. Nothing too special about it. And then go to the New Testament. Christ's words in red. Big props for that. We got to respect it. And then at the end here, there's Jude, Revelation 22. We have this huge dictionary concordance, and that's about it. That's the last thing you get is a dictionary and concordance, which can be helpful. Something else about this is at the start of every book we have a introduction, tells us about the author, date written, and the content, and it'll stick with the traditional things. So it'll say Jeremiah according to Jewish tradition, right? And then written sometime after the fall of Jerusalem, which is, when it takes place, as opposed to like, oh, this was actually written in the Bronze or the post-Bronze Age collapse. This was written in the Iron Age. Oh, this was written, well after the Babylonian exile type of textual criticism. Which is funny because the NLT gets a lot of slack. People give it a lot of crap for being a textually critical Bible, but this one has, generally just follows the traditional information about the books. So yeah, I like the NLT. It's not too bad. And then this is a more recent buy. This is one of my favorite Bibles aesthetically. Got a black leather soft cover. It is the Revised Standard Version by Thomas Nelson. This is from their Sovereign collection. I believe you can also get this in King James or New King James as well. Yeah, very soft. Like, this is insanely soft. I have some actual genuine leather Bibles, and it's not even a contest. This is way better. Even though this is leather soft, this is that fake leather stuff, so I have no idea. Okay. We got the little gift page here. Then we got, we'll head inside, and we see here, we have these little ornate, starts of every chapter have these nice ornate little decorations on it. The verse numbers are in red. Don't know if you can see that. Probably not. We have concordance at the bottom, as well as the occasional text note, the occasional footnote. But it's mostly concordance. Because the RSV wasn't really that good. It was it's a product of its time. It was the first major revision, major translation since the American Standard Version. So, baby steps, baby steps. Words of Christ are not in red; they're in black. So Womp womp. You can't win everything. And then at the end here, boop boop boop, flip all the way. We get a bunch of cool information. We have a chart for all of the parables of Jesus in the Synoptic Gospels. I guess John didn't have too many. The miracles of Jesus. We got, just a concordance, it looks like. Yeah, just a concordance. And then maps, because, you can't get a Thomas Nelson without having maps at the back. And it's the classic copy-paste maps, 12 tribes, Kingdom of David and Solomon, Jesus' ministry, Paul's missionary journeys, etc., Jerusalem at the time of Jesus, the usual, the basic thing. Nothing too special about it. Other than this is just a really nice, very soft Bible. Very, very, very nice. And it looks stunning. Look at that. I mean, look at that. And it's got the little bumps on it. Oh, dude, I love the little bumps. Something I forgot to mention about the Darby Bible actually is that this thing uses Jehovah as the rendered word. It says Jehovah. I think because I believe, well, it's just because that was kind of what it was at the time. I think the ASV also does that as well. Now we have the grandpappy. Oh, what we got? Oh, I don't see any crucifixes. Are you processing now? Actually, sir, it's over here on the wall. This is it was actually blessed by Papa, believe it or not. Yeah, demons had a bad day when I pulled this bad boy out. The only thing is, it's not on my eastern wall. Oh no, it's all going to crap. You can also literally see there's an icon of the Virgin Mary right there. You can literally see it. This is also blessed by the Pope. Papa. And my dogs are barking, which means that family's probably coming home. But womp womp, who cares? We do it live. What was I on? Yeah, Grandpappy of the New Living Translation is the Living Bible, right? Also published by Tyndale. We ball. We got our little gift day. Wow, these dogs are something else, huh? Alright, we got our gift stuff. This was by, gotta remember the name. This was written by, oh man, I'm not going to be able to find it. But it was written by the guy who started Tyndale. He literally started Tyndale Publishing so that way he could sell the Bible. And this is not a translation. This is the Bible paraphrased. Ain't that something? Paraphrased. Now, a lot of people will hear the word paraphrase and will go, because of other Bibles that we'll get to in a second. But this one's not that bad, actually. It's just trying to render it in contemporary English in a way that it doesn't want to be restricted by translating. It doesn't want to be stuck with the original words. It wants to use its own thing. Think of like being dynamic, but a step further. Christ words in black because they're not actually Christ words. But look at the bottom there. What you got there in a paraphrase? You don't see that nowadays. Translation notes in a paraphrase. Can you believe that, chat? Get a look at that. Get a good look at that, chat. Those are some pretty solid translation notes in a paraphrased Bible. You don't get that kind of respect anymore. But it also has a very interesting cover. It's hardcover, but it's soft, right? Look, you see me squishing it? It's soft. It's got like a little cushioning. So you're trying to read your Bible and your son comes up and say, "Daddy, I got you a Bud Light." Bam! Not right now, boy. I'm reading. But it wouldn't hurt them because now it's soft. Don't hit your kids. All right. Next, we have, this is going to be our first triple whammy, because I have multiples of this translation. We have the NRSV by Zondervan. And, just looking at it, there's nothing really special about this NRSV. It's just a floppy one. But this is called the Simple Faith Bible by Zondervan. it's missing its gift page, so that's sad. But this is a special little Bible because it contains little quotes, little excerpts and such from Jimmy Carter. Whoa, yeah, I know. Don't know if you know this, but I live in a little state called Georgia. We beat the devil in a fiddle contest. You ever heard of that? But Jimmy Carter is obviously a very big deal in Georgia. He's the only president to be from Georgia. And he's a pretty good guy. Wasn't the best president, but yeah, he had a very long ministry of his own as like a his own private Protestant pastor of something, I don't know. But yeah, this is just a little Bible full of little quotes from him about the passages, just a bunch of nice little stuff. So you can read it and you'd be like, "Wow, Jimmy Carter said this." I don't know. I feel obliged to have this. If I live in Georgia, I feel obliged to have it. But that is the first of my NRSVs. Well, I say the first. The first I've shown you. The first one I've ever actually bought is this one right here. I'm gonna have to move like 8 books just to get to it. Oh, we got this bad boy. I had to get this. This is a textbook more than it is a Bible. This is the New Oxford Annotated Bible, New Revised Standard Version with Apocrypha, an Ecumenical Study Bible. Now, when it says with Apocrypha, it means all of them. it means all of them, with the exception of the Ethiopian stuff. It's got everything from literally like Judith to 4 Maccabees. And literally nobody has 4 Maccabees in their canon. It's just that the Greek Orthodox put it in the back of their book as a nice little read. So they were like, yeah, we gotta include 4 Maccabees. I mean, we wouldn't be an ecumenical Bible without 4 Maccabees. How silly. Yeah, I bought this for a New Testament class. The inside is very boring. It is, obviously you just got the Bible. And then you have these little summary notes down here. Little summary notes that get you through that. It also has translation notes. It's hard to do this because it's mirrored. Translation notes at the end of the passage, and then just summaries at the bottom of there that kind of go into like any controversies with the translation or what the meaning of it all is. It does not have the Gnostic Gospels. No, this is when it says Apocrypha, it means like anything that has been printed in a legitimate Bible by an authoritative church, right? So, because 4 Maccabees was printed in the back of Greek Orthodox Bibles, then they got to include it, right? But nobody has the Gospel of Thomas in their Bibles, so yeah. But at the end, we have. Oh man, dude, let me tell you, this is so narts, sad. Yeah, no, you're not gonna be able to read that kind of Apocrypha here. Let's see. And then, of course, also excluding the Ethiopian tradition, because that's like a million things. But we also have at the very end, this is the Bible is all the way over here. This is all the Bible. All this is just a bunch of jibber jabber about everything, right? About everything. We got the canon of the Hebrew Scriptures, the canon of the Greek Scriptures, the canon of the Greek Bible. We have Jewish interpretations in the pre-modern era. We have translation, textual criticism. We have, translation of the Bible into English. The New Testament interprets Jewish scriptures. Christian interpretation of the pre-modern era. Contemporary methods of biblical study, like literal entire essays about this stuff. Cultural context of the Roman period, right? So this is very much like, if you really want to be a geek about all this stuff, which, is fair. And then you have a nice little timeline. I think earliest forms of writing, yeah. I think this goes off of modern archaeology, maybe, and that kind of criticism rather than tradition, which is, expected. This is an Oxford NRSV Ecumenical Study Bible. You're not going to be getting rich tradition from this. Chronological table of rulers, weights and measures, how time worked in the Bible with the whole like second hour, third hour, that kind of stuff. Year, longer time. Parallel texts. Very cool parallel texts. Yeah, just a whole lot of stuff. Translation of ancient texts. Bunch of dictionary stuff. Yeah, a ton of things in here. And then, of course, maps. Ooh, but it's Oxford, so they can afford their own maps. I believe, let's see what we have. We got Jerusalem in the first millennium, Jerusalem in the late Second Temple period. Oh no! The lands of Canaan. I'm just gonna look at them myself. You guys can't see them. You're not allowed to. They're for my eyes only. Oh, this is actually cool. Okay, I'll show you guys this one. The setting of the Exodus and the wilderness traditions. Look at that. It's got a cool angle. I've never seen that. It's not top down for once. Wow, but you can hardly see the route lines, so it kind of ruins it. But yeah, a whole ton of stuff, ton of information that you can get out of this. Although one more thing to note, I should say, is that before every book, it has like 1 or 2 pages of like pre-book information, and it goes like deep into a bunch of stuff, right? So when I had to do a presentation on Ephesians, this was very handy. I literally just read the front bit and was like, okay, yeah, I'll just present that. Ain't that something? I'm gonna put all of these books just right over here. All right, next NRSV is the NRSV ACE. This is by Catholic Bible Press. I did not realize it was an ACE. I thought it was just an NRSV CE, but it's an ACE. So anglicized. Now I have to deal with the OUs and stuff. Yeah, we have our gift page. This is the Sacraments of Initiation edition. I bought it because it was pretty, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do the Sacraments of Initiation. And the only thing I can really grasp about it that's any special is you have your gift page, but then you have when you took the Sacraments of Initiation, the baptism, First Communion, and confirmation. And then it's just the Bible, and then there's nothing else. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Text is pretty small. Got footnotes at the bottom. Pretty standard. Nothing special. Nothing special. Literally nothing special about this at all. Other than I know how Anglos talk now. So. And then in the back, let's see what we got in the back here. Ugh. Yeah, the back's kind of cool. There's the end of Revelation. We have Bible reading plans. Look at that. Bible reading plans. And it's not just a Bible in a year plan. We have a 2-week plan on biblical prayers, 1-week plan on courage, 2-week plans on sin and the covenant, a whole bunch of little plans for certain topics and themes. How interesting. You know what I should do? I should do this. Put this over here. There we go. So now I'm looking at you guys whenever I'm talking to the camera instead of looking at myself, seeing if I'm getting it in focus, in picture or not. And then it's got prayers tells you about where you can get all these prayers from. Meditation talks about the Lectio Divina, all this and that, all this good stuff, right? What else we got? Oof. What else we got? We got a concise glossary and concordance. Super important. How else can you decode the Book of Daniel without a concordance? That was me making fun of Adventists. And then that's it. That's the end. And then we have something about the typeface, which isn't really that important. And that's the end. No maps. Can you believe that? No maps. Wow. And they had the audacity to put this in front of me and make me buy it. They made me buy it. They put a gun to my head and said, "You'll buy the book. You'll buy the book with no maps. You'll buy the book with no maps." Someone's messaging me. I have no idea who this guy is. Oh. All right, let's see. Okay, next, we can finally move on from the NRSVs. This is the first Bible I've ever bought. This is, oh, look at that. This is the Zondervan NIV. Yeah, I know. Everybody was very upset when I told them that this is the Bible that I bought. Apparently, nobody likes the NIV anymore, other than liberal evangelicals. But womp womp, man, womp womp. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's just a standard Zondervan Bible. There's literally nothing special about it. Presented dates. You got. Here we go. Words of Christ in red. Obviously, yeah. Can't have it without, Then you got your footnotes on the bottom. The footnotes are pretty decent. Nothing to write home about, and that's it. It's just an NIV Bible. And then at the end, because the end Bible is something else, something special. Tables of weights and measures, as always. Goody. Notes. And our copy-paste maps. We love the maps, yes. Exodus and Conquest. The 12 tribes. Kingdoms of David and Solomon. Jesus' ministry, yeah. Just like before, all the good stuff. Just basic Zondervan maps. We love the mappage. I'm still getting messages. Wow, you guys. Thank you. I'm so popular. Okay, and then that was my NIV. Yes, that was my NIV. And give me money. Thank you. All right, cool. So we got. What was that sound, bro? It's not Donald Duck. All right. Now we have. This is my least favorite Bible that I own. Actually, this is one of my least favorite. I think. Am I so bold to say that this is my least favorite Bible? No, I'm not so bold to say this. There's one more that's worse than this, but this is one of my least favorite Bibles that I own. Hold on. Let me. There we go. Yeah, this is one of my least favorite, and this is going to be a shocker for some of you as to why I don't like this one, but this is a Zondervan NASB. Oh, yeah, I know, I shriek back at it. This is a thin line, which, maybe is not the best representation. Maybe I should have gotten a better one, an NASB study Bible, but, I just literally picked up what I found at Barnes & Noble. We got the gift page, love it. Tiny little typeface, Words of Christ in red, pretty standard. Thin line-esque translation notes, although it's an NASB, but it's also a thin line, so there's not very many. Though my thin line NIV has considerably more translation notes. Yeah, so you might be wondering, okay, so why do you not like this one? Well, first of all, the NASB is notoriously more difficult to read than other translations, and some people don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with. There's never a point where I'm like scratching my head, like, what this word mean? What this sentence mean? Me no understand. But it is very much uncomfortable grammar, right? It's not like something that'll make like. Immediate, like, oh yeah, no, I got that. Sometimes you have to be like, wait, hold on, let me read that again. Okay, cool. But the main reason, and this is the biggest pet peeve of mine, is you guys know I love looking at the footnotes. I love studying translations and stuff. So when I see something like, here we go. Do we see that? Chat? Oh man, please focus. What is that? Oh, right there. And Jesus said, and then, what is that? There's an asterisk next to that. And there's another one right there. Something must be going on with that word. Well, let me look at the bottom. And, okay, well, there's nothing here. What's going on? Uh-oh. What do we do? Well, hey, I bought an NAB a while ago, and it had all the footnotes in the back of each chapter, or of each book. So let me go back of Matthew, and maybe it's on the next. No, that's just the start of Mark. Uh-oh. Is that at the front? Am I missing something? Am I silly? We gotta go to the front of Matthew. What does it mean? Why is there an asterisk there? I gotta Google this to find out. because I'm too dumb to read the front bit of the translation guidelines. And so the NAB is a very literal text. It tries to be very literal as possible, always. And one of the ways in which it does that. What up? I don't even know. I suppose I know you. Um, but at the very bottom of, or not that. What am I talking about? One of the things that the NSB does is that in the Greek, they will commonly be a phrase like, "Oh, and Jesus says to him," and they're like, "Oh, says, that's in the present tense." Well, we don't want to confuse our readers. I'm Southern Baptist, but I don't know if you know. I've never heard of Southern Baptist. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But now I know you. Now you're my bestie. Now I give you kisses. All right. So, yeah, whenever there's a word that in the Greek was in past tense, Lockman, the Lockman Foundation, who made the NASB, figured, oh, the modern reader is just too stupid to understand that this isn't literally happening right now. So we have to change this into the past tense, right? You have to go from the present to the past tense. But we're also super duper 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 conservative, and we have to make sure that everybody knows that we're super literal as possible, except for this one thing. So how about every single time we do this, we add an asterisk? And so the whole New Testament is just peppered with all these little asterisks everywhere that don't lead anywhere. There's no footnotes at the bottom of this. It could literally have just been left in the translation, like, hey, sometimes we had to do this, but no, they had to pepper it in front of everything. And it's not like oh, it's just this print of it. I could go find a Bible with the NASB and not have the asterisks in it. No, it's part of the translation itself. It is part of the literal words in the Bible now that there are all these little asterisks because of the NASB and their choice to mark every single time they had to change the tense of a verb. Oh, so I don't like this one. I don't like this one. It made me so mad. It made me very upset. It's also just not fun to read. It's not enjoyable. I have to like sit down like I'm reading 17th century literature type stuff. Not literally. It's modern English, but tricky grammar. And then we have this bad boy. This is the cheapest, not the second, this is the second cheapest Bible I own. This is an $8 Thomas Nelson New King James Version that I got off of Walmart. Yeah, that's right. Walmart hooked me up with this. And nothing special about it at all. Oh, wait, hold on. I should have looked in the back of the NASB before I threw it away. Oh, no, guys, I'm so sorry. In the back is basically nothing. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. There are no maps, though, so it's essentially nothing. But back of the NASB, you have the miracles of Jesus. You have, I think, also parables. Oh, you have some prayers. You have some perspectives. Yeah, parables, there it is. Perspectives, when to read, or what to read when you need comfort, or the world seems exciting or enticing, or you are tempted to neglect worshiping in church. Here are some verses you could read if that's ever happening to you. And let's see. At the very end, promises of the Bible. Yeah, that's it. That's it. No maps though, because Lockman Foundation is my nemesis. And I'm not buying I don't think I'm gonna get the Legacy Standard because that one also stinks. All right, so then we have the New King James Version by Thomas Nelson, $8 Walmart edition. Yeah, we have the gift page at the very front, and there's nothing special about this one either. This is it's just a Bible, right? Words of Christ in red, classic. You do have some concordance at the bottom as well. Yeah, so you have your concordance and your translation notes all together. Focus. Concordance and translation notes are all together. And I think they're all marked with letters anyways, so you can't, no, never mind. So if it's a concordance, it's marked with a letter. If it's something else, it's marked with, if it's a translation note, it's marked with a number. So that's nice. Other than that, at the end here, we have, what is a concordance? A concordance is when a certain word or a certain topic or a certain theme is brought up in one point in the Bible and another point, a concordance will tell you like, oh, like if you're reading Genesis 1:1 and you know there's it parallels John 1:1. So if you're reading Genesis 1:1, there'll be a little mark at the bottom will say John 1:1. So you know, oh, okay, John 1:1 is talking about the same thing. Or at least generally, like there's a connection there. Concordance is, yeah, connection. Back in the olden times, it was literally just every single time a word was brought up, in a certain way. So let's see. At the back of Revelation, end of the Bible, we have, oh, here it is, a dictionary concordance. So we have the abbreviations of the word, or of the books of the Bible, so that way you know what abbreviation means. If you know what Jon means, you know that's Jonah. We got our concordance. So yeah, here's like a very old-fashioned concordance. This isn't in text. This is literally like the old-fashioned style. We have the word Almighty. I'm trying to also read at the same time. I'm trying to see if I can have it focus on this. Focus, maybe. So we have the word Almighty. I don't know why it's not focusing. Okay, whatever. So the word Almighty, and it has I am a, and the A is highlighted, so that means it's Almighty. I am Almighty God. That's going to be in Genesis 17:1. As God Almighty, that's going to be in Exodus 6:3. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, that's going to be in Revelation 4:8, right? So anytime it's brought up in a major way, it'll be marked down. That's a concordance. And then we have our copy-paste maps, World of the Patriarchs, Exodus. We skipped the Exodus. Never mind, there it is. Exodus and Conquest of Canaan, 12 tribes, Kingdom of David and Saul, Jesus' ministry, Paul's missionary journeys, yada 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 yada, yada yada yada, yada yada, skibbity toilet. There's nothing really to say about the translation itself. It's just, the NKJV. Beloved if you're in the Eastern traditions because it uses the Textus Receptus, which is Byzantine. Let me also close my blinds now because it's dark. There's no more light coming in. Ooh. Oh, maybe there's a little bit of light in the background. Yeah, I'll keep it open for now. It's okay. Whoa. Something else I could go light a votive candle. Get some light that way. That might be a little spooky. Yeah, let me go do that. Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna do that real quick. I burnt my finger with a lighter because the lighter was short and I had to get in with the candle and I could not. Oh, do you see how red it is? Oh man. Burnt my finger. Would you look at that? You can't see it, but maybe you can see it's flickering. No, it's going to take a while before it flickers. Ah, that really hurt, Charlie. That really hurt, Charlie, my finger. Oh, I'm gonna shove some ice on it. Stop being a baby. Although I just realized, yeah, this is actually a terrible idea because now I have literally nothing. Got a cup back here, a little mug. I can shove my boo-boo finger in. Ow. Oh. Ooh, owie. Well, that stinks. How am I gonna use my thumb now? Womp womp, you guys. Womp womp. Okay, well, I've one-handed. I have... Here we go. I have a Holman Christian Standard Bible. Not to be confused with the Holman Christian Standard Bible, but the Christian Standard Bible published by Holman. Not the Holman Christian Standard Bible, but the Christian Standard Bible published by Holman. The Holman Christian Standard Bible is a completely different translation. This is just the Christian Standard Bible, published by Holman. If you don't know anything about this, it essentially is like another ESV, where it tries to balance being literal as possible with being as readable as possible. It tries to get into that golden middle zone, and it does so in a way that they claim is based off science, which, I'll have to look into the actual studies that they did, because they did do studies. I'll give them credit for that. I'm gonna kiss your finger better. Kiss it better. Kiss it better, chat. Everybody kiss my finger better right now, or I'm gonna cry. Okay, thank you guys. All right. So we have so it's a Christian Standard Bible. It's very readable, very readable. It has some questionable translation things, like it has the same problematic rendering of Deuteronomy 22:28. But other than that, we have the words of Christ in red. Oh, Danje Barkin. We have translation notes down at the bottom, as well as some concordances. They are mixed together. There's no differentiating between the two. They are completely mixed together. So you won't know if a footnote leads you to a translation problem or a concordance thing until you look down, and then you get pranked because you're like, oh, I didn't want to see concordance. I just cared about the translation, dang it. Alright, then at the back we have, oh, my fingy hurts again. Oh, chat, you didn't kiss it better hard enough. What's wrong with you guys? I bet only one of you guys, I bet only like two of you guys even kissed my finger better. I think the other half of you guys decided to be like, no, I'm not gonna kiss it better. That's weird. That's not gonna work. But and now look what you've done. Now my finger hurts even more. Anyways, we have where to turn when you're feeling anxious, when your life stinks, when you are blue is literally the first one. Where to turn when you are blue. Can you believe that? Oh. And then after that, we got topical concordance. Nothing special about that. And then we have our lovely jubbly copy paste maps. Smurfism. What do you mean Smurfism? Oh man. We have our maps. This one is sideways for some reason. Very cool. This is the world of the patriarchs and Abraham's journey from Ur all the way to Egypt. Even though Abraham didn't make that journey. I think this is just... Oh, well, no, he did go to Beersheba. Okay, whatever. And then the classic Exodus, 12 tribes. You know the shaboing boing. Kiss it better. Kiss it. Everybody better kiss it better right now. Everybody better kiss it better right now. Thank you. Yeah, it's a Christian Standard Bible. It's not a bad translation. If you had one, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense. It's just nothing to write home about. It's literally like the most mid. It's literally the most mid translation because it's trying to be in the middle of readable and accurate, right? And oh my goodness, I can't believe that lighter actually literally did damage to my finger. I don't think I have band-aids either because I live at a home with a bunch of freaks who don't think we need band-aids. What's that? Oh, that's crazy. You guys can see something that I can't. Look. Oh, well, you guys see that? That's a reflection of the candle. But when I turn my head, I don't see it. It's not there for me. You guys see it, but I don't. That's crazy. How creepy is that? I'm sure if I put my head where you guys... Yeah, now I see it. Okay, so it's not that cool. I'm sorry. Alright, but now we get to one of my favorite Bibles. And one that I am dreading having to do one-handed. Oh, man. This is The Thomas Nelson New English Translation. Thomas Nelson New English Translation, Full Notes Edition. And I know what you're wondering, Full Notes Edition? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by full notes? I mean, there's plenty of notes in the other Bibles that you shown. What do you mean full notes? Behold, the glory. This is a bad example. There's a lot better ones. There we go. Literally the next one. Oh, the glory. Look at all those translation notes. Oh my goodness. This middle bit, this is the Bible. All of this is yummy, delicious knowledge for you. Delicious knowledge. Oh man. I could eat this up all day. If there's ever any issue, any translation problem where I'm like, man, well, I wonder what's going on here. Why is it rendered like this in some translations? Why is it rendered like that in other translations? Dude, this will tell me. It'll tell you. It'll tell you everything. Literally every minute detail. I want to show you guys with this. I want to show you guys literally the first page. Literally what the first verse of the Bible looks like. Genesis 1 through 2. That is 2 verses. That is 2 verses of the Bible with all of those for translation notes. Yummy. Oh man, I love this so much. If you could only have one study Bible, if you were like stranded on an island and you could only have one thing to study the actual text of a Bible, this would be it. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Yummers, dude. I could put it on a spit roast with some salt and pepper, and that's all it needs, because it is already yummers, man. I'm telling you. Oh, my thingy really hurts, you guys. I wish I had a Band-Aid or something. I'm putting it in cold water. My little Pokemon cup, you guys can't even see. I'm literally doing this. I'm like, owie, ooh, it hurts. Ooh. The ice cube is mostly melted because I was so hot from my burned, charred finger. Alright, next, I have another NET, also by Thomas Nelson. But this one is one of the few Bibles that I regret even owning, because it is, it's very disappointing. I call it the Sucker's Bible. Where is it? Here it is. I think it's you. It's not you. Where is it? Hey, wait a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, this is the Timeless Truths Bible in the New English Translation, also by Thomas Nelson, also known as the Sucker's Bible. You know why? Because only suckers buy it. It's me, I'm suckers. So, what was super cool about this is genuine leather, by the way, but of course, doesn't hold a candle to how this feels, the RSV Sovereign Edition. But, alas, this genuine leather Bible ran me up. Well, not me, it was actually a gift from my sister. But about, I think, $70 to $80 at Barnes & Noble. I don't remember. You can find the same price online. And you might be wondering, why would you ever buy something like that? Why would you ever spend that much money on just a Bible? Well, you see, I was suckered because they told me that this thing was full of so many commentaries and writings from church fathers and important church figures from multiple denominations, right? Multiple traditions. I was like, dude, that's awesome. Are you kidding me? For like $80, you can get like commentaries as well. You know, I don't know why I was so like impressed by the concept, but I also had some confessions and creeds and yada 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 yada, and pieces of art. And I look inside and I'm like, oh dude, let's go look, there it is. Oh wait, hold on. There's one up here and there's one down here. But there's so much more room for more. Why isn't there more? Well, you see, turns out you get one commentary per chapter. So if you have a very, very rich, dense, theologically important chapter, like literally like the ending of the Gospel of John, that's so full of like you know symbolism and stuff like that. Well, they waste the one commentary at the start, and so all the rest of it you don't. You want to know what's going on? And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't matter. At least we can look at the footnote. Wait, no, that can't be right. This can't be. It's an NET. Where's the footnotes? Where are the footnotes? Where are the footnotes? No! What is wrong with you? Why would you do this? It's an NET with no footnotes. Can you imagine that? No translation notes on an NET. Literally the exact opposite of what this is for. I mean, this is the full notes edition, so obviously. But the fact that it has none, you couldn't thin line this. You're telling me you have all this space. You literally have a blank column, an entire blank column on this page. You couldn't shove a couple of footnotes for a thin line? Are you joking? And then I complained, and they're like, well, you bought it for genuine leather. That's why it's so expensive. I'm like, dude, this isn't even worth the paper it's printed on. Are you joking? Or I wouldn't even buy the paperback. I wouldn't even buy the paperback. It would be too expensive. Because, like, dude, literally, what's the point of that? What a world we live in. It's not built for autists who love footnotes and rich, deep, jam-packed pages that are impossible to look at without mental preparation. Anyways, I think the next one we have... I'm stalling because my finger actually still hurts, so I'm letting it cool down again. But the next one I have here... all my Eastern bros about to be hyped. We got my Orthodox Study Bible. Woo! Yeah, this one is really cool. Actually, this is one of the cooler Bibles that I own because believe it or not, for some reason the Orthodox are allergic to making their own stuff. No idea what it is. They have no translations from their own tradition. Why? I don't know. Except for this one. And when I say this one, I mean just about from here to here, because for the New Testament, they just use the New King James Version because they don't want to make their own for some reason. I don't know why. Orthodox guys, please just make your own. Like, it would be so awesome. It would be so cool. But yeah, in the beginning, you have your little presented to by blah 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 gift page, and you have the Old Testament. So the Old Testament is in the SAAS. Translation, that is the Saint Athanasius Academy Septuagint. So this is a translation of the Septuagint. That's awesome, right? So you're not just getting a mix of the Masoretic text with whatever Vulgate and Septuagint and Dead Sea Scrolls. You're just getting the Septuagint. Very, very good for study if you ever need to just look at what the Greek says, right? And so down here, at the very bottom, we have some little notes, summaries as to what the meanings of things, why they're important, as well as it'll include from time to time, like, hey, the Latin also renders it like this, or the Masoretic text also render it like this. So it's not like it doesn't pretend like the other traditions don't exist. It's just saying that this is a translation of the Septuagint, and the other translations, they might handle it a little differently, but not us. We got the right stuff. But also, it has the Septuagint naming conventions, I think, for this. So 1 and 2 Samuel are actually called 1st and 2nd Kingdoms, and 1 and 2 Kings are called 3rd and 4th Kingdoms. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, how neat. But yeah, before every book, we have this is for the first book of Kingdoms, also known as 1 Samuel. You have your author. Talmudic tradition views Samuel as the sole author. The date, the major themes, background, and an outline for every book of the Bible. How cool is that? And every time it'll get to, I'm probably not going to be able to find an example of this before I even finish the sentence, so it doesn't matter. But whenever there's a major Orthodox theme, Orthodox idea, that gets brought up in the Bible, it will have a full blurb about it, a full page blurb about it. So you can learn all about that stuff. And yeah, and there's also some art here and there. Oh, here we go, finally. Okay, so this is about ordination. This is in the middle of Acts. This is all the unorthodox blurb on ordination. Vai kulistas bitte? Oh, man. So, yeah, it's also got art here and there. Some lovely, jubbly art. We have, I believe these are the 12 apostles. The coming of the Holy Spirit. Yep. Some Orthodox holy art. And then back of the Bible. We have a lot of stuff. I'll tell you what. So, end of Revelation. And we have some guides. We have a little essay on the Bible, God's revelation to man, how to read the Bible. We have the Orthodox lectionary, which is super cool. So you can have a little reading plan along with the Orthodox glossary, a set of morning and evening prayers, also really cool. Index to annotations, index to study guides, and then the 70. That's the feast of 70 major saints. So, or the 70 major feasts of certain saints, or whatever you blah blah blah, you jibber jabber. Okay. Oh, it really hurts, Charlie. I actually can't believe my Buc-ee's lighter bit me. Can't believe that. No, I can't even put that on the camera. It's too gruesome. It's too horrible to watch. What do we have next? Okay, so before I get to the next one up there, I want to go to its predecessor. This is now we're getting into our Catholic books. By the way, the couple of books are going to be Catholic only. We already did one. That's the NRSV Catholic edition. Although there's no difference between the Catholic edition and the normal NRSV, other than this has the Deuterocanon, which this one also does. So it doesn't matter. So this is the New Jerusalem Bible. I should have mentioned. This was also printed by Thomas Nelson. But anyways, so the New Jerusalem Bible. This is made by Doubleday Publishing Corp, whatever. And the Jerusalem Bible has its own little translation history. It started out as a French Bible, Le Bible Jerusalem, or some nonsense like that. And then they translated that into English, from the French to the English. They try to say that it's, no. We started out from the original languages. It's just that it happened to have a lot of Frenchisms in it. Don't worry about that. But it was just an English translation of a French Bible. And then they decided, that was stupid. So they made a New Jerusalem Bible, which actually did look at the ancient, the original languages, and it's its own unique set of things. I'd say it's a little more dynamic in a lot of places. It's a very unique translation. I'll say that. It's a very unique translation, very unique flavor. Single column. I lied. Wow, look at that. Double column. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, bye guys. That's the end of the stream. That's the end of it's double column. Double column. No footnotes from what I've seen. No footnotes because I lied again. It's just footnotes are very rare, super rare. So, and the name of God gets rendered as Yahweh, which, why? Which the some new translations do that now. The Legacy Standard Bible translates it as Yahweh, even though we don't know if that's actually how it's pronounced. We're just guessing. Why are you printing it in the paper? Literally, Jehovah makes more sense because it's like that follows the traditional way of how to write it down. But but yeah, double column, some very rare translation notes. Words of Christ in black. Whap, whap. Yeah, this Bible's a lot more popular in the UK than it is in the United States. The United States has a plethora of other translations that people wouldn't list before they even got to the New Jerusalem Bible. At the end, we have some ye old paper black and white maps. It's quite literally Palestine in the Old Testament times, Palestine in the New Testament times, and then forget you ever bought this book. It's only because English is gay. The Spanish version of the Jerusalem Bible, we don't have that. Well, listen, Buckaroo, okay, listen here. It's about to get better because this is the new Jerusalem Bible, and people realize, hey, this kind of stinks a little bit, just a little bit, especially that Yahweh stuff. That's kind of a fart. So they made this bad boy the revised New Jerusalem Bible. Yeah, that's right. That's right. This renders it as Lord, because that makes sense. Yeah, the revised New Jerusalem Bible. I think this is genuinely the thickest Bible I own. Like, there's probably maybe one or two that could compete with this. But, like, look here. We even have my full notes, NET, and then we have my Jerusalem Bible. And the Jerusalem Bible could eat my NET. It could eat my NET. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea where all that width is coming from. Because there's not a whole lot in the back. There's not a whole lot in the front. There's not a whole lot between chapters. It's just... And the paper's not that thick either. It's just regular paper. There's nothing special about it. I have no idea why it's so thick. But yeah. This is single column. And then footnotes at the bottom, and concordance at the side, right there. How awesome is that? So if you were a fan of the language of the New Jerusalem Bible, but you thought that it was a little cringy in some places, revised New Jerusalem Bible. This is the study edition, by the way. This is by, I believe, Image Publications. Yeah, Image Publications, New York. So yes, at the end of Le Bible Jerusalem Nouvelle Revision, I don't speak Spanish. We have some study materials, index to the notes, very important. So anytime there's a big note, it'll cover it, I guess. I don't know. I don't study this. Index to persons, index to maps, and hold on, an index to maps. What maps? What are you talking? Let's go! We have some maps, and it's the very basic, the Near East in ancient times. How fun is that? Oh dear, my Bible's coming apart. Uh-oh, chat. That's not good. Oh, man. Well, Image Publications, that's not a good look for you guys. Oh dear. Anathema. Yep. Image, you're gonna have to, I'm calling the Pope on you. Then we have Egypt and Palestine at the time of the Exodus, Palestine at the time of Old Testament. Am I handling it wrong? I mean, look, to be fair, you made it this big, clunky book, and you couldn't even get the binding right. That makes me so sad. The maps are cool. They're unique. They're not like, I mean, it's the same topic as, like, everyone else, but it's not like, they have their own copy-paste stuff. Looks better than mine. Well, so do all of my Bibles. Anyways, something else that is following the same sort of tradition, the same sort of line as the Revised New Jerusalem Bible is this one. This is, if you want to talk about anathema, this is the Catholic Truth Society New Catholic Bible. You have the 4 evangelists on the back. It's a pretty small but stout fella. And this one is also more popular in the United Kingdom. It was made for a British audience. Well, first of all, you open it up and you start off with a map. So there you go, buddy. Rip Bozo if you were expecting it to be in the back. Oh, but it is in the back. Dude, you got pranked. You got pranked so hard. Yeah, no, you got maps in the front. You got maps in the back. You got your maps any way you look. I'm guessing these are for the Old Testament, map of ancient times. Yep. And then there's a New Testament, Palestine, the New Testament. Yep. Yeah. Divine name rendered as Lord, because they're not super insane about everything, only some things. We'll get to that in a second. I don't know. And it is in single column with footnotes at the bottom. And yeah, it'll even have in chapter sectioning, right? So the chapters aren't just all one block of text. It'll go through all that stuff. Now, there is a problem with this, and that is that sometimes the translation gets a little heretical. Ooh, what do I mean by that? Well, let me go to John 16. John 16. Can you believe that? John 16. John 16, verse 13. But when the Spirit of truth comes, he will lead you to the complete truth, since he will not be speaking as from himself, but will only say what he has learnt, and he will try and tell you, and he will tell you of the things to come. Now, if you caught that, he'll tell you of the things he learnt, the Spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit, which is a divine person, speaking what he learnt. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the Greek word is, I think, literally like audio, like what he hears. And every single translation that we're going to go into has it as what he has heard, what he hears, all that he has heard, right? Because that's how you're supposed to translate it. But for whatever reason, these guys have changed heard to learnt, and I don't know why. And this has it's a Catholic translation. It managed to get a seal of approval. Yeah, the Nihil Obstat was from Reverend Canon John Redford, and the Imprimatur was from the Most Reverend Kevin MacDonald, the Archbishop of Southwark. So if you're out there, you guys, you gotta look into what you're approving here. But at the back, at the bitty back, kind of makes up for accidentally preaching Pneumatomachine heresy by giving us a lot of stuff that I have to flip through. Okay, there's 20, 21, 22. Okay, we have our tables and notes, right? We have a historical timeline of shenanigans. We have table of weights, measures, and monies, index to the notes in the text. We got, that's a lot of stuff. We have scripture in the Catholic liturgy, so it goes into our Sunday reading plans, right? So you can track whatever the readings are for any specific Sunday in the first or second cycle. You have your weekday masses as well, your weekday readings. So you can follow along there. You have your oh, interesting. The weekday masses are 1 and 2. Year 1 and 2. Interesting. But we also have our you get, this is something that you're not gonna see in a lot of places, in a lot of Bibles. You have a readings for the Mass in biblical order, so you can see where each part of the Bible is read. So if you have a favorite passage, let's say I love the book of Job. I love the book of Job, chapter 19, verses 21 through 27. Well, now I know that is read on every Wednesday, the 26th. Every Wednesday 26th in the second cycle of weekday readings. Love that. Wow. How awesome is that? But not only that, because you guys, guess what we got after that? Guess what we got after the weekday masses? Because it gets even better than that. I can tell you that. It gets even better. We get a lot of weekday masses, mass readings, but I'm trying to hurry up. Okay. We get the Liturgy of the Hours. You get the readings for the Liturgy of the Hours. Ain't that awesome? Ain't that swell? I just wish this wasn't, this didn't have a specific heresy against the Holy Spirit in it. But you know what? you know, almost makes up for it. Almost. But yeah, super cool. And then the index to the maps, and then the maps. CTS New Catholic Bible, which is like a synthesis of all the popular Bibles in England. So it's like based off of the Jerusalem Bible lineage, as well as the RSV, ESV, NRCE or NRSV type stuff. So stuff like that, just boring like that. What we got? Someone's messaging me. Someone's pinging me. Go up already. I'm literally so handsome showing off my Bibles right now. You should come see. There we go. Dude, so swag. Alright, now next. Oh, we got classics here. So we have... This is the first study Bible I have. I want all the Catholics in chat to start hyping. Great Adventure Study Bible in the Revised Standard Catholic Version, Revised Standard Version Second Catholic Edition, by Ascension Press. Father Mike, I hope you can see this. Massive W, yeah, massive W. Hype. Father Mike. Come on, guys, where's the hype? Yeah, W. Yeah, the Great Adventure Study Bible in Revised Standard Version Second Catholic Edition. I've arrived. Hello, Nathan. All right, so we have presented to on for the occasion of blah 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 Holy Bible. You can see I have the index tabs for it. Man, shout out to my buddy Pest is Best. He actually got this for me for Christmas as a little Christmas gift. How awesome of him for that. But what makes this particular Bible so handy dandy, so cool, is that we have the Great Adventure timeline. Well, this isn't actually the Great Adventure timeline. This is the covenant structure of salvation history, but similar things. Yeah, so it divides up the covenant and the periods of the Bible into certain moments, certain passages of time, right? So we have key event, Exodus, yeah, Egypt, yeah. There we go. So every major change in the covenant or in the history of salvation has this little blurb about it, right? You have the Egypt and the Exodus. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is separated as creation, covenant with Abraham, then the Exodus from Egypt, wandering in the desert, that would be brown. Blue is the period of Judges. Then purple is the kingdoms. Black is the divided kingdoms. Blue is the Babylonian exile. Yellow is the return. Orange is the Maccabean era, the Maccabean revolts. I'm eating 3 donuts. Is this a gluttony that the Bible speaks of? Yeah, you're going to hell, actually. Unless those are powdered, in which case that's fine. And then we have brown. That's the gospel. That's the start of the new covenant. And then white is the church. Super cool. Super cool. And I love using the tabs to find everything. This is my go-to Bible. You can tell with how faded out the printing is on the back, how much I literally just yank this out. It is a sick Bible. I love this one. This is literally my go-to. This is my favorite. At the bottom here we have our concordances in a nice neat line. We have our translation. Translation notes are down here at the very, very bottom. And in the middle we have some study notes. Study notes. How awesome is that? Like, Zoink Scoob. How sick is that? Then we got the end of Revelation. Oh, and another thing is that you have these key events throughout the Bible. You have all these key moments, and I'll give you a little blurb about that as well as pre-book information. Then we have notes, right? And then maps of salvation history, and it's got a whole thing for that whole presentation for you. You have the journeys of Abraham, the Exodus and the 12 tribes. You got oh man, United Kingdom of Solomon, divided kingdom, all this and that, all this good stuff. Here's something cool that you don't see every day: the Assyrian and Babylonian empires. You have this was the Assyrian Empire in the 9th century, the BC, Assyrian Empire in the 8th century BC, the Assyrian Empire in the 7th century BC, and then the Babylonian Empire, right? Isn't that awesome? So you can actually see how Assyria spread throughout the biblical narrative. That's so cool. That's so cool. It would be so awesome. Something else that you don't see in a lot of Bibles is this: a map of the Greek Empire. You have the Romans down here. We see this plenty, right? But a map of the Greek Empire. Why might that be important? Why don't we see that a lot? Well, you see, this is only important if you read the book of Maccabees. Because without the Deuterocanon, you literally go from, all right, guys, we're in Persia, we just got back in Jerusalem, and now we're under the Romans 400 years later. And then you're like, what happened? What happened? Hold on, pop. Time out. But then with the book of Maccabees, you realize, oh, you had the Persians, and the Greeks took over the Persians, and then they had the Maccabean revolt against the Greeks, and then the Romans allied with the Judeans against the Greeks, but then eventually the Romans took over the Greeks, and the Romans came down and took over Judea, and now you have a period of oppression against the Romans. And you're like, oh, there we go, connect the dots, right? You don't have the 400 years of silence. So, yeah, very handy, and it comes with 2 lovely little ribbons. I haven't been pointing out the ribbons at all, but I want to now. So yes, I recommend getting that Bible. It is such a good Bible. It is, I think, $80, 80 smackaroos. You could probably find it cheaper on Amazon, but that's okay. Another one that is in the Revised Standard Version, Second Catholic Edition. That is, most of the Bibles I have two ribbons. I think only like 2 of them that I've shown so far only have, I don't know, 3, 4, only about 4 that I've shown so far. I only have 1. But another one that's in the Revised Standard Version, Second Catholic Edition, another one that's been recommended to me, but I probably got the wrong version, is the Ignatius Press, Revised Standard Version, Second Catholic Edition. Ignatius Press. So we have Jesus, and then the 4 evangelists. This is not the study Bible. I do not have the study Bible. The study Bible right now only has the New Testament. The full New and Old Testament study Bible is coming out this November. I'll probably grab it and then give this to somebody else. But until then, it's so fire. It's not! That's the problem. This is just the Bible in Revised Standard Version, Second Catholic Edition. There is nothing special about this. There is nothing special. I mean, the front is super cool. The front is awesome. But everything else is just like, yeah, this is it's a Bible in the Revised Standard Version, Second Catholic Edition. You have your footnotes at the bottom, your concordances and all that. Yeah, the front is super cool, but there's not really a splash of color. There's not really any highlights, any points of interest, any hey, stop and consider this bits. It's just a Bible. It's just a Bible. So when the full study notes, when the full study edition comes out, it's going to replace this bad boy. I can tell you that much real fast, because this is very boring. Yeah, for some reason people were recommending this one to me when I was looking for Bibles. They were like, "Oh, dude, you should get the Ignatius Press." People were telling me to get the Ignatius Press Study Bible back before I even had all this collection. But back then, it was literally just the New Testament, so I'd be only getting the New Testament. And I'm like, guys, why? Why would I do that? So silly. I'm telling you, these people are silly people. These are very silly people. Very silly people. We got maps, obviously. This is just the Middle East. No. The Exodus, Canaan, all this and that. The Near East, at the time of the Assyrians, and the Near East at the time of the Persian Empire and the Babylonians, and The Holy Land. Palestine in the Greco-Roman period. The Roman Empire in the New Testament. Yeah, that's it. Roman Empire in the New Testament. And Jerusalem, Palestine. Miss Piggy. Missionary Journeys of Paul. Yeah, that's it. Womp womp. Nothing of real note. Nothing to say about it. Honestly, this is just a Bible. And maybe I got duped out. Maybe got a little confused when everybody was recommending me the study Bible. I was like, oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, there it is. And then they got disappointed when it's just a Bible. But womp womp. Ugh. Thank you to everybody who who kissed my thumb better, because now now it feels better. You buy too many Bibles, 27. Now we have no more monies. We are homeless. So true. So true. Can we star this, chat? Hold on. Star this. P2, you're on camera. No, you're not. But, alas, you got outed in front of everybody. So in the same tradition, same sense, we have one of my favorite translations to exist because of how strange, how niche it is, how extremely niche it is. And that is this one. Can you guess what it is? No, you can't, because there's nothing here. This is the English Standard Version Catholic Edition by the Augustine Institute. This is a thin line. I don't think they have a study Bible. I don't believe, but yeah, this is a Catholic edition of the ESV. And if you don't know why that's so significant, let me explain. The ESV was an updating of the RSV. So we have the RSV here, right? This was a pretty ecumenical thing, but it had a lot of problems with it. And I love the ESV. The CE makes it super basic. It does, and I'll get into that. So this Bible had some problems that some evangelicals didn't like. It just had problems in general, which is why the NRSV was made. And the NRSV was basically a successor to this. So this had all the updates, but it was a little liberal. It was a little liberal in a lot of places. So a lot of conservative evangelicals didn't like that. And then you had the NIV. The NIV was where evangelicals would flock to before the NIV decided to go and be just as liberal as the NRSV. So then the evangelicals, the conservative evangelicals, were like, "This sucks, man." And then they looked at the NASB and they were like, "Yeah, no. We'll just make our own translations. We'll just make our own translation." So they made the ESV, which is commonly referred to as the Evangelical Standard Version, but it's the ESV. I'm going to be honest. The difference between the ESV and the RSV CE is very minimal. Very minimal. Only some minute changes, especially when it comes to the language being used. And when there were big differences in theology, like with the Hail Mary, the ESV CE came out, and now there is essentially absolutely zero difference between the ESV CE and the RSV2 CE, other than this one is a little easier to read because the language isn't as flowery and poetic, and then this one is all full of old isms and stuff like that. So if you really needed a Bible and you couldn't decide between the two, well, do you want to read at a college level? Do you want to read at a high school level? Right? That's basically what it boils down to. ESV is super easy to read. The ESV CE is super easy to read. It is accurate. So is the RSV2 CE, but it's just a lot more pretty, right? If you want a pretty Bible, an eloquent Bible, I guess, a very Shakespearean poetic sense, then get the RSV2 CE. If you want something that you can read and not have any problem with, ESV CE. Yeah, that's literally basically it. There's not much of a difference. But yeah, it's a very good one. It's a very good one. All right, now we're getting to my favorite translation. This is my favorite translation of all time. And wow, actually, hold on, before I get to that, oh, dude, there's so many left. I'm like looking over here at this pile, guys. We've gotten through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We've gone through 20. We still have a good bit to go. Too many Bible. Husband, you buy too many Bible. We are homeless now. We are going to die of cold. Let's see if I can snag it. Here it is. All right. So talking about the ESV, we have the ESV Study Bible. This one, very big, one of the bigger ones I have. It's a really good one. This is a really good Bible. This has a ton of study notes. At the bottom, you have study notes and summaries of the passages, concordances in the middle, and throughout, sprinkled throughout, we have all these little outlines, introductions and outlines to the Bible. Oh yeah, this is a huge introduction. Introduction to Ecclesiasticus, or no, Ecclesiastes. Sorry, Ecclesiasticus is a Deuterocanon, and the ESV would not touch that. That's why there's an ESV CE. Yeah. But sprinkled throughout, I'll see if I can find one for you guys, because these are super cool. But there are these little shaboing boings. Oh no, I just saw one and now it's gone because I said shaboing boing, and there was like, that's weird. Map. We have maps. We also have images. I saw an image before of like the temple. Not sure what that was about, but yeah, I don't know. But there's a ton of stuff. Evangelical Dream Bible. It literally is. But I will warn you, even if you are evangelical, this gets Catholic theology so horrendously wrong and inaccurate. It is crazy. Like, it assumes that the entirety of the papacy is built only on Matthew 16, where, oh, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I shall build the church, which is a support for the papacy. It is not the only one, and it treats it like it is the only one. So it's like, so let's explain this and get rid of all this papacy nonsense. And then it goes on to explain another interpretation that is also completely valid and understood by Catholics as well. So, you know, it's very silly. It's very silly. You have to understand that this was written by evangelicals for evangelicals and not for people who are trying to get accurate understandings of other denominational theologies. So, let's see. At the very end... Oh, man. Dude, the end is even crazier than the NRSV Oxford edition. I'll tell you that much. There's the introduction to Revelation. Oh, here's something cool. In the introduction to the Revelation, we literally go through all of the millennialisms. We have classic premillennialism. We have pre-tribulational premillennialism, postmillennialism, and I think it talks about amillennialism. Yeah, look at that. It goes through a ton of stuff. So this is actually super useful for, I think, anybody. You just have to understand that this is made for evangelicals. So as long as you go in knowing what to look out for and when to be like, you'll be fine. And you'll get a lot out of it. You get a lot out of it. So then, there's the end of Revelation. We have articles and resources. Look at that. So we have. This is the Bible. This part is the Bible. This part, all notes. These are all resources right here. Oh man, I'm having a hard time. All just notes and resources. Look at that. That's even more than there was in the NRSV. So yeah, this is very good. We have a bunch of essays. God's plan on salvation. I'm not going to be able to look through all this. Biblical doctrine, an overview. And by an overview, this actually takes up the majority of the text. Yeah, I'm still going through it. There it is. Canon of Scripture. How Jerome saw the Apocrypha, because obviously Jerome's an authority on that. You know, evangelical stuff. The Bible and Christianity. Obviously going to be evangelical about that. And then history of salvation in the Old Testament. It goes through a bunch of little timelines. I assume this is a concordance. Yeah, concordance dictionary. There's a ton there as well. Yeah, if you're I mean, I'd say if you're a Protestant, this is a must-have. And if you're not a Protestant, but you want something with a lot like extensive resources built into it, I would also say look into getting this one if you can. Just don't rely on it exclusively for obvious reasons. Then we have a Bible reading plan. Yes, a Bible reading plan. Bible in a year. Yeah, except it's actually numbers. This goes by January 1st. So if you don't start on January 1st, you're going to be all screwy. It's not going to be all exact. But it splits it up between the Pentateuch and history of Israel, then the Chronicles and the Prophets, and then the Gospels and the Epistles. So you read, and then the Psalms and Wisdom. So you get a bit of Psalms, bit of Pentateuch and history, bit of Chronicles and Prophets, and then a bit of the Gospels and Epistles. How cool is that? That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't just kind of go in order like Father Mike Schmitz does. Why do you own so many Bibles that are so different? So that way I'm not just, Uncle Iroh drawing the fourth thing. Take wisdom from only one. It will become stale and dry. You got to understand. I also know some buddies who got this one, so I gotta know what they're working with. I gotta know. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory you will suffer defeat. If you know neither yourself nor your enemy, you will succumb in every battle. Sun Tzu said that, and I think he knows a little something about war, considering he invented it and he perfected it, so that no man could beat him in the battle of. I don't know the actual full thing. I'm silly. Okay. And then we have, guys, wouldn't you believe it? It wouldn't be a study Bible if it didn't have maps. We have the map of the Middle East today. For some reason. Just so you know, in the modern political landscape, this is what the Middle East looks like. This is vaguely related to the Bible. But just so you have it, this is what you'll see in an 8th grade social studies classroom. Very important for your faith. And we got, what is this? Abraham's journeys, Exodus from Egypt, tribal allotments of the Holy Land. Very cool. Israel under Saul, David, and Solomon. Kingdom of Israel and Judah, divided kingdom. Got, what is this? Assyrian and Babylonian empires, Persian and Greek empires. Guys, the ESV acknowledged the Greek Empire existed. Let's go. Let's go. They know Maccabees is real. They just don't want to say. Well, to be fair, it is also Persian, which was in Daniel, so that's okay. Israel under the Maccabees. Oh, never mind. They acknowledge the Maccabees are real. They acknowledge the Maccabees are real. Let's go. Dude, they don't know what they've done. Now people are going to see this and going to be like, why can't I read that? Why can't I read about the Maccabees? That seems important. And that's when the Vatican does their secret magic and makes them read the Apocrypha, the evil Apocrypha. Map of Jerusalem. Apostles' early missionary. Oh, that's cool. It actually goes through the Apostles' missions. So it's not just going over Paul's. It goes over the Apostles. That's something that we haven't seen so far in these maps. Is what did Peter, like Peter and like Stephen and all them, Matthias, what were they doing? There you go. That's super handful. That's when we do our dirty papist mind control. Yeah, that's right. That's when we shoot them with our Jewish space lasers. Paul's first and second missionary journeys. Yeah. So this is a really very extensive resource. This is something that, I think is valuable for anybody to own. As long as you understand who made this, as long as you know who put all this in here and who set up all the information. Very good, very fruitful to use. Oh man, let me drink this water that I was using to cool my thumb. Now that's better. Thumb water, yeah. Thumb tea, if you will. I should make some tea. It's getting a little late. Maybe. I'll You know, I'll just make some tea over here. I'll be over here if you guys need me. I'll be over here if you guys need me. I got this tea from Mystic Monk Coffee. There are these monks, these Carmelite monks. I have some water I'm just pouring into my kettle here. There are these monks in the middle of Wyoming, Carmelite monks. They make coffee, and it's really good. And you can get it as like a loose leaf, get it whole beans, you can get it in a Keurig cup. That's what I usually get mine in because I have a Keurig in my room for a quick and easy coffee in the morning. I'm not the kind of guy to make a big hassle out of anything in the morning. I'm just pop it in, push a button, get it all set up, and forget about it. That's the big part. You gotta forget about it. But yeah, they also make tea. So I have some Earl Grey. Earl Grey by them. It's called Mystica Earl Grey. Look, I'll come show you guys. You guys can see me in the shadow, but I'll come show you guys. Mystica Earl Grey. Tea by Mystic Monk Coffee. These guys are super cool. I love buying from these guys. You can also literally just buy Divine Intimacy from them. Like literally in the shop, you have like coffee, tea, gifts, and then in the gifts is like mugs and tea diffusers, and then Divine Intimacy. And it's just a book. And it's so funny for me. I don't know why. It's just funny. I find it humorous. Very, very funny that while you're buying your coffee, you can also get a spiritual devotional book on meditations relating to scripture and the apostolate and spirituality, Carmelite spirituality. Very fun. I love those guys. Not my favorite holy order. I love Dominicans a little bit more, but Dominicans don't make coffee for me. But they do make good music. Shout out to the Hillbilly Thomas. Oh man. Just gotta put some tea in my little tea bag. You know, it's funny. I have a thing, a little setting. Whenever I go on break, it says tea time. Would have been a great opportunity to use that now when I'm actually making tea. But you know what? I didn't want to. I didn't want to use it. I wanted to save it. So that's gonna go in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear. It's very loud. But it'll be all right. So now we're going into my favorite translation. You guys ready? Hold on. Pause. We all ready? We all buckled up? Hands, we washed our hands, right? Said our grace. My favorite translation is this, the Knox version. This is my favorite translation of all time, right? And why is it my favorite translation? Yeah, let's go. This is a translation of the Vulgate by Ronald Knox in the 1940s, but it is not Vulgate exclusive. It understands the importance of the Hebrew and Greek traditions, and their Old Testaments, the Septuagint, the Masoretic text, as well as the New Testament for the Greek, and it synthesizes it in a way that kind of carries on the spirit of Saint Jerome, right? So Saint Jerome didn't just stick with one source for his translation, and he didn't just stick with it and only kind of look at the other one. He synthesized both translations and made it in a contemporary, like modern language for the people. And so Knox did the same thing, going off of Jerome's work and looking at the original languages and rendering it in the most popular language in Christianity, that is English. So yeah, we have a single column format with footnotes on the bottom. This is by Baronius Press. I don't know if I mentioned this. The ESV is from Crossway, by the way, just so you understood that. From Crossway. This is from Baronius Press. I have a lot of books by Baronius. They also make a Douay-Rheims, but we'll get into that in a minute. There's nothing at the end. It's just the Bible. You only get just the Bible. You also get there's no gift page either. There is a table of contents. It's from the Westminster Diocese. So this is a very, very good translation. I love this one. Something to note, something that I love, is that this uses the Vulgate naming convention of the names of the chapter, the names in the Bible and the names of the books. So it is not called Revelation. It is not the Revelation of John. It's not the book of Revelation. This is the Apocalypse of the blessed Apostle John. So you wouldn't say that you're reading Apocalypse, or you wouldn't say you're reading the book of Revelation chapter 2. This would be Apocalypse chapter 2. You went to the Westminster Cathedral today? That's awesome. You should have said, hi, I love Ronald Knox. I don't know. But yeah, no, you say the book of Apocalypse. And that's cool because apocalypse just means revelation. And I don't know why they don't use the word apocalypse. That's awesome. Are you kidding me? Yeah, the book of Apocalypse, chapter 7, verse 16 and 17. Yes, sir, they shall hunger no more, neither shall they thirst no more. For God shall wipe away every tear from their eye. Are you ready for a revolution? Come on, come on, come on. Anyways, let me pour my tea. Gonna pour my tea. Let it brew. I have this really cool tea kettle that lets me set the temperature to the exact degree. So I can make tea that's exactly at 210 degrees instead of just letting it go to boiling. The only problem is the gooseneck that it has, super slow to pour. Super slow to pour. So slow, so slow. Oh man. Eek. So slow. Ugh. You have to poop? Rip Bozo. We're only we're like 3/4 of the way through, bucko. Oh, okay. What's next? Do I have anything else that I want to get through before? Oh yes. Oh man, I should have gone through this before, but yeah. So I should have gone through this when I went to the New King the New King James Version. I have in my possession. This is for all my Baptists out there. The Holy Bible, King James Version. The King James is the Word of God in every word of it. I could take this book and correct the Greek. This is from Barnes & Noble. This is printed by Barnes & Noble. This is from their Classic Collection Edition. I have some other classics up on my shelf at the very, very top, and also some down there. You're not going to be able to see it in focus at all. I'm so stupid. Guys, are you ready for this? Are you ready to see how stupid I am? Are you ready to see how absolutely dumb I am? Trying to figure out how to get the lighting right. I always forget I have that thing. I mean, everything is yellow, so I might not like that. There we go. But, wow. Wow, would you look at that? I can take the DRA and correct the Greek. How do you forget lights? I never use my lights. I never turn that thing on. I literally, whenever light goes out, I just turn on my lamp and that's it. So that way I know it's nighttime. I don't know. So I don't lose track of time, I guess. But now we can read Bible time. You can see the rest of my classic editions. There you go. Got a dinosaur up there because that's where I have Jurassic Park. Yeah, wow. I'm so ashamed of myself. But we have the New King James, or not the New, just the Old King James Classics Edition. This is honestly one of the best covers that they made for the Classic Edition. Because look, they have embedded like jewels and such. And guys, I want you to guess how much I bought this for. I want you to guess how much the price of this was. Because I think I did get it on sale. I'm not sure. But I did get this at a surprising price at Barnes & Noble. This I'm gonna let it give you guys like 70 cents. It was not 70 cents. Multiply that by like 10. This was around, I think, $8. This was like $8. Which I don't know why. I think they were literally just like running out of money or running out of. They were like, oh, we're just trying to get rid of these. I don't know. But it was $8 when I bought this, and I was like, are you kidding me? Are you joking? Are you joking? Are you lying to me? $80 or $8? Not 80. $8. So yeah, there's nothing super special about this. It has names. Family history. So you have your births, your weddings. That's kind of cool. Family, grandparents, and the Holy Bible King James Version by Barnes and Noble in New York. You have your thingamajigs, your table of contents, about the about all of that. Now, there's nothing really special about the Bible itself. It doesn't even come with any footnotes. It's just the King James. What is special about it is that every once in a while you get these amazing, absolutely stunning illustrations. Look at this. Look at this. I'm trying to oh man. This is the destruction of the armies of the Ammonites and the Moabites. Look at that. Look at that. And these aren't like every once in a while. This is like almost every other page. Here we go. Literally right next to that. This is the death of Athaliah. The death of Athaliah. Yeah, I know, dude. This is so pretty. So if you're looking for a King James Bible that you want to keep as like a family heirloom or something to read with your family and have these super good pictures of. I don't know how I just ran through that entire thing without having. Why is it so huge? Because it uses full page, full thickness, full thick pages that are of full thickness, right? And yeah, so that way the things don't bleed through too much. This is the baptism of Jesus. Isn't that something? And it's stunning. It's stunning. This is a very beautiful Bible. Oh, I should open this side. This is the last one. This is the New Jerusalem. This is the last page. So there's the end of Revelation. There's the New Jerusalem, and that's it. It's John the Baptist, not John the Catholic. It's actually John the Baptizer, in parentheses, of infants. So... John the Baptizer of babies. All right. Anyways, yeah. So that's that's the King James version. Tea should be done by now. Tea should be done. Oh, dude, look at how. Oh man, you can see everything now with the lights on. Why didn't I think of that sooner? Chad, I'm so silly. Am I cooked? Am I cooked? Now, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret, and you're going to take this to the grave. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You're going to tell nobody about this. You're going to tell nobody about this. It stays between you. It stays between you and me and anybody who watches the VOD later. Okay? I like to add a little bit of milk in my Earl Grey. Just a little bit. Just a small splash. I don't like black tea on its own. I don't like black tea on its own. I like to add a little bit of Earl Grey, or a little bit of tea to my Earl Grey. I know. Some people don't like that. Some people think it's weird. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Ooh. Let me throw away my tea bag. My trash bag's all the way over here, and it's crumpled up. Oh no, why are you crumpled up? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yo soy un creep. Yo soy un weirdo. A little bit of honey. A little bit of honey for your honey. Honey for your money. Get your honey up, not your funny up. Wow. And then a little splash of milk. Because it brightens my day. It brightens my day up. What are you saying? Time to get deposed. Nonsense. I'm the king of tea of Bibles. That's what they called me. That's what they call me. The king of tea and Bibles. Ugh. And then I gotta make sure I get my daily dose of microplastics. Because I don't want to deal with dishes. Oh no! No! Why would you do that? Oh man. Oh narts. Okay, let's see. What we got here? Some lovely Earl Grey. we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We still have 13 Bibles to get through, you guys. Wow. Can you believe that? It's been almost 2 hours and we still have 13 Bibles to get through. Oh, man. All right, let's see. What we got next? We have, here we go. This is an interesting one that a lot of you probably aren't expecting to see. This is the Good News Translation, Catholic edition. This is by the American Bible Society. American Bible Society makes a lot of Good News Bibles. Yeah, and the Good News Translation, Catholic edition, fun fact about it is that you could, if you took out the Deuterocanon, then all you'd be doing is just, there you go. The only thing that the Catholic edition does to the Good News Translation is just add the Deuterocanon, because it's a pretty decent translation already. There's nothing terribly special about this Bible, other than every once in a while you will get these, well, we have translation notes down here, but you also have these very cool kind of minimalistic, it's kind of a minimalistic illustration in a way. Yeah, so we have concordances at the bottom, and then, yeah, these cool little illustrations. This is about, you rule the universe with mercy. So this is God. This is the universe. He's being merciful to it. And then this is man who makes idols and fragile pots. Wow, yeah, the potter and the clay. I've heard that a couple times. Thanks, Jeremiah. Thank you, Paul. Got some bigger illustrations at the top. And then, yeah, down here, your translation notes. So it's not just concordances. Super cool. I found it to be very, very interesting. Takes a lot of lets you put a little more, lets you visualize things a lot more. All right. Well, there goes an icon. Oh, Mary and the Papa Jesus. Mary and the Papa Jesus. She takes the place. I put her in place for my weekday masses, so I can read it. And not have to flip to it every time. Alright, so we have at the very end of Revelation. Okay, so this is okay. So at the very end of Revelation, the very next thing we get is Dei Verbum. Dei Verbum. This is the dogmatic constitution on divine revelation, Dei Verbum, the Word of God, from the Second Vatican Council. Very interesting, something good to read if you're a Catholic, so you know what the point of divine revelation is, what the whole sheboing is, with all of that, and how it relates to us. And then we have the 3-year cycles for Sunday reading. So just like with the CTS Good New Catholic Bible, we have our weekday readings, or we have our Mass readings, our Sunday readings. As well as our weekday lectionary. So super cool, super useful for all our friends, oh man, who just want to crack down and read the Good News Translation. Because the Good News Translation is one of those, it's one of those dynamic translations as well, like the New Living Translation. But has a Catholic seal of approval on it, so you're not going to get anything too nonsensical. Although we have seen sometimes some slippery little nonsense can sneak in, even if you have the little seal. See, look, it's not bad. It's not bad. The little milk doesn't make it bad. It's just a bit blonde because Earl Grey isn't that strong. Maybe we have a word list. It's not called a dictionary or anything. It's just called a word list for fun. I can only guess. New Testament passages quoted or paraphrased from the Septuagint. So this lets you know every single time the Septuagint is quoted from in the New Testament. So it also lets you know that the New Testament writers were using the Septuagint, not the Masoretic. We have some chronologies of the Bible. This is a very good Bible. I honestly would recommend this. I would recommend picking it up if you could. And then we have a subject index. This is a concordance, essentially, of a subject concordance, basically. All the times, like fasting was mentioned. Yeah. And then we have some maps. This is the kingdom of Israel and Judah. Palestine in the time of the Maccabees, and Jerusalem in the New Testament time. How fun is that? I thought I was getting a text. I was not. Nobody texted me. I'm lonely. Hopefully my future wife is watching right now and will be like, wow, you have so many Bibles, swoon. And then I'll get married, and then I'll never have to, I'll never have to do so. I don't know. I'll never have to do my own laundry again, I guess. I don't know. I barely do it now. I just, lol. Alright, let's see. What's next? We have... This is my New Catholic Bible, St. Joseph edition, from the Catholic Book Publishing Corps. Now you're saying, whoa, hold on, buddy. Hold on. You already showed us this bad boy. You already showed us a New Catholic Bible. Well, silly you. This is the CTS New Catholic Bible. This is the Catholic Book Publishing Corps New Catholic Bible. These are completely different translations. These are nothing alike. This is mostly off of the New Jerusalem Bible and the NRSV, ESV. This is its own translation, a little bit closer to the NABRE than anything else. But yeah, this is a very new translation. This is came out a couple of years ago, actually. And what's funny is in the statement message about it, where it's like, oh, why make this? They said, well, you see, it's good to have multiple translations, so we thought we would just add our own. We thought we'd just make our own. You know, why not? Hey, it seemed like good fun. So now we have a whole new translation to look at, just for fun. So that's so me. It has these little indexes, as you can see here, for all the little books. At the very start, we have Saint Joseph, our model and patron, model of righteousness, patron of priests and seminarians, protecting, a whole lot of stuff for Saint Joseph, who was obviously an inspiration for this. And we have our text, we have our concordances, and then footnotes at the end of the last column. And then we have a bunch of little study bits, right? So discovering your Bible, how writing worked back in the olden times, the Old and New Testament, how they were separated, some maps, a bunch of cool stuff. In here also is like how to use the rosary, how to pray the Stations of the Cross. In between the Old and the New Testament, we have a family record, right, which comes complete with, our family tree, marriage, so that you can get this for you and your wife, or you and your husband if you're a woman, our children, and let's see, marriages in our family, vocations to the priesthood and religious life. So that's really cool. If your son becomes a priest, or your daughter becomes a nun, you can write. You have a little spot for that. That's super cool. And then deaths, mortis. So sad, so sad. And then at the very end, now obviously because we have maps sprinkled throughout, we're not going to get maps in the end. That's not how that works. Who's texting me? Nobody. Okay. Let me... Yeah, if we have maps everywhere, we're not going to get maps at the end. We have our Bible dictionary. How cool is that, right? Tells us all those words. And we also, at the very, 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 very end, if I can even get to it, because, man, we have a doctrinal doctrinal Bible index, which, anytime there's a major doctrine, it'll tell us, stuff, what verses talk about it, such like that. And then we have our Sunday Gospels. How cool is that? We have our Sunday Gospels. We don't have a weekday. It doesn't come with a weekday lectionary. It just comes with Sunday Gospels. But you know what? Isn't that handy dandy? I have the Saint Joseph edition for a new missal. So it also has the same sort of stuff in it, but it's very nice, very cool. All right, we only have two more on this shelf, and then we get into the rest on my bed. Almost done, almost done. Don't worry, you guys. Don't worry, you guys. Even though I think it's just me. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna add everybody. I'm gonna add everybody in these servers. Oh no. Oh, by using add everyone, you're about to mention 90 people. Are you sure? Yes. W stream. Everyone come join. They're missing out. We're about to get to the good stuff too. Watch. Yeah, ping. I pinged everybody. That's awesome. Okay, cool. What's next? Oh man, two viewers fell off. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I had to add everybody. Ah, yeah, there we go. Everyone. I'm starting to get a bunch of. I'm starting to get a bunch of. I'm starting to get a bunch of pings of everybody being like, who added me? Who added me? Oh, it's Hoodman. Whoa, that could mean it's either Hudman or Woodman, depending on. Is that a beaver? I can't see. Is that a beaver or a frog, chat? Who is this man? Who is this man? Who are you? Who are you? I'll take my leave again. What the Sigma? Yeah, skibbity dum dum dum. Otterman. Oh, it's Hudman. Okay, swag. Oh, okay. All right. So now getting back to the Bibles, we have already gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 Bibles. We are on Bible number 25. This is La Douay-Rheims. This is the Douay-Rheims version. This is a translation of the Vulgate. This is by Preserving Catholic Publications. Who pinged me? Oh man, I wonder. Oh. Yeah, so this is the Douay-Rheims. This is a very popular one among a lot of traditionalists. This is also, like the Knox Bible, this is also a translation of the Vulgate, although the Douay-Rheims, is Vulgate exclusive. This is Vulgate exclusive, so you're only getting the Vulgate if you get this. And this is probably not the best print of it, because yeah, you have some concordances at the bottom, and the very, very rare footnote, every once in a while translation note. But yeah, it's just the Vulgate. It's in ye old fashioned thing. This is gonna anathemize me instantly, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Douay-Rheims, just because it's very archaic language. I'm not a fan of archaic translations, but also because it's a Vulgate exclusive and you don't get any insight as to other texts. But it's definitely handy to have something that is Vulgate exclusive. Like, I didn't bash the Orthodox Study Bible for being Septuagint exclusive, because why would I? That makes literally no sense. You get what you get. You get what you get. If you're getting I thought you would correct the Greek with the DRA. You can correct the Greek with the Greek. I do correct the Greek with the DRA, but it's nice to see what the Greek is saying to begin with. But regardless, yeah. So, and it also, like just like the Knox Bible, it uses the older, more traditional names for the books of the Bible. Like it says Apocalypse instead of Revelation. So this, yeah, at the very end we have the inspiration of the Bible. So like a pre-Dei Verbum, before Dei Verbum was cool. Historical chronological table of events in the Old Testament, as well as the New Testament. Some tables, although wouldn't you know it, there's literally no tables here. It's a tableless table page. Ain't that something? But this is just your weights and measures, essentially. They just call it tables, despite having literally no tables. Wow. It's like if you had something called charts and it just gave you the raw data. And then this is really cool, actually. This is the Sunday readings. for the epistles and the gospels, but this is for the old liturgy. This is the old liturgy. So if you go to a traditional Latin mass with this thing, which, if you're going to a traditional Latin mass with a Bible, it's probably going to be a Douay-Rheims anyway. Yeah, it's going to come with, or it's going to be, it's going to follow these rules, right? These lines. So take my leave. Guys. Okay, anyways. And then we have readings for the Feast of Saints. So it's super cool. And the old liturgy as well. Old liturgy. So this is very big among traditionalists, among people who go to traditional Latin masses. Yada, yada, yada. I prefer the Knox Bible to it, but that's just because I like nicer translations. I like being able to read my Bible. All right. Now we get into... this is the last Bible on my shelf, so we'll finally begin to get into the Bibles on my bed, other than these ones that we already covered. This is the Oxford New American Bible Revised Edition. It is the smallest Bible I own. It just barely beats out my my Darby. Look at that. Yeah, the Darby's just a little bigger. This is the smallest Bible I own. I also have another one that has a leather zipper in my car. Be careful if you're going to buy one of these. I would recommend getting yourself one of these, especially if you're going to Mass daily, or just if you want a Bible for Mass. This is definitely the go-to. But be careful when buying it, especially if you're getting one with a zipper, because sometimes I have found when I ordered one, the first one that came with a zipper on it was missing an entire chunk of the book of Exodus. Whole, chapters 12 through 30 something was gone. No idea what happened. I had to return it, got a new one. The new one was completely fine. I looked online. This is something that happens. So if you get yourself one of these, just, do a basic flip, check the numbers, check the page numbers will be a dead giveaway if you're missing anything. If you're like, oh, hold on, we just missed 200 pages. What happened? But yeah, so why would I even recommend it if that's the case? Well, in the beginning, okay, so we have our basic gift page. We also have baptism, Eucharist. You have all your sacraments here. Baptism, Eucharist, confirmation, matrimony, family history. You don't have the ordination, which is kind of sad, if you're a priest, but, whatever. Brothers and sisters, grandparents, children, let the children come to me. Grandchildren, and then we have, this is super helpful, prayers and devotions of the Catholic faith. It goes of the sign of the cross, the Lord's Prayer, the glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, Apostles' Creed, prayer to the Holy Spirit, acts of contrition, of faith, hope, love, the divine praises, stations of the cross, prayer before a crucifix, the De Profundis, the Jesus Prayer, the Anima Christi, morning offering, before and after meals, works of mercy, guardian angel, St. Michael, St. Francis of Assisi, Ignatius, whole lot of these. The Angelus, and it goes to the mysteries of the Rosary, basically all the essential prayers, the Regina Coeli, Queen of Heaven, and then the Salve Regina, and the Memoir, and then you get to the Bible. So you have all these little prayers in the beginning, which tend to get used in Mass sometimes. And in the very beginning, we have Dei Verbum, just like with the Catholic, or the Good News Translation, Catholic edition, that had the Dei Verbum at the very end. You have Dei Verbum, and then you get to the Bible. Oh, we also have a table of weights and measures before we get to the Bible, but, yada yada. And obviously, it's a small Bible. You're going to have very, 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 very small text. But if you notice, there's no footnotes or concordances. Why are there no footnotes or concordances? Why do you guys might think that is? Well, if you're reading in Mass, do you really want footnotes at the very bottom of the page getting in the way? Or any concordances? No. So it'll give small marks for a footnote or a concordance, but it won't use up any space on the page for it. Instead, what we'll end up doing is the footnotes and the concordances will be at the very back. So you have the notes to Leviticus, this is this whole section, and then you have the references. The references to Leviticus as another section. And then you get to the next book. the book of Numbers. And then every book comes with notes. Now, something to say, this has to be said if you have an NAB, is that the translation notes are mega doo-doo. They are garbage. Do not trust them. This is the only reason to own an NAB, is for personal devotion, if you want to read it, or for liturgy, because the NAB is the only Bible translation that is approved of use in the United States from the United States Bishops United Bureau of Bishops. I don't know. The bishops of the United States, whatever it's called, the United States Bishops Conference or something like that. So if you go to Mass, this is what they're going to be reading. If you're reading the Liturgy of the Hours, this is what they're going to be reading. They're going to be reading this specific translation. So if you want word for word what your pastor is going to say, you're going to use this. United States Council of Catholic Bishops. Thank you. That's what it is. USCCB. Yes. So yeah, it'll tell you all about that. But the translation notes tend to fall under exclusively going for textual criticism. It does not ever seem to indicate the traditional understanding of any of the passages. And it might give you the wrong idea if you're like new to any of this. So that's the main gripe that everybody has with the NABs, that the footnotes are terrible. The actual translation itself is pretty decent. It's not too bad. Nobody really complains about the translation itself, other than maybe it might be a little too liberal in some places if you're one of those ESV heads. But yes, at the very end, let me get to Revelation. Another thing is it's very hard to flip the pages, but it's very easy to leave in the pews and nobody will notice. Notes to Revelation E. Here we go. At the very end, we have our Sunday readings. And not only our Sunday readings, but also our weekday lectionary. Super handy. That's why when I bought a Bible for my car, it was this one, just with a leather cover so it doesn't get dirty. And then at the very end, it has just some collaborators, some credits, and then that's it. So yeah, if you want a Bible for your car, and you want one that you can take into Mass with you, want one that you can just read in the pews if you get there early, read in the pews before Mass starts, and you don't have a thing, or you want something that you can do your daily readings in the car or your daily readings anywhere. You want to shove it into a backpack and pull it out whenever you need to, or you need something to remember the prayers or anything like that. Super handy, super duper handy. Just make sure that you don't read too much into the footnotes, and make sure you're not missing anything, any pages. That happens sometimes. I don't know why either, because Oxford is usually it's Oxford, right? It's Oxford publication. They're not going to be sloppy about it. I don't know why it's like that. Okay, so let's see. Next, we have another NABRE. This is what they gave me when I entered the Order of the Catechumens a couple of Sundays ago. Last time I did a stream, this is the Bible they gave me. It's also just a New American Revised Edition. This is from the St. Jerome Publications, St. Jerome Press, something like that. Let me just see, it takes 2 seconds to go check. St. Jerome Press. There is absolutely nothing special about this. It has the colored indexes, so that's nice. It has some prefaces to the major books of the Bible. There is an insane amount of bleed through. Look at that. You could literally probably read through the page if you wanted to. Insane amount of read through. It doesn't contain Dei Verbum as well. It has some concordances right there and some translation notes. Again, NABRE translation notes, probably not the best, but you know what? They didn't. I guess they didn't really consider that. And then here's the end of Revelation and nothing. No maps. Yeah, this is basically literally just like, all right, hey, you're a catechumen. You might not have a Bible yet. Here's something. There you go. And you're like, wow, thank you. Thank you. I will put this with the other 32 that I own. So, yeah, it's. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's just, well, it's a little bad because of that bleed through and it being a paperback. This is the only paperback Bible I own, by the way. I do not tolerate paperback in this household unless I absolutely have to. But yeah. Oh man, now we're just on these ones. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more to go, guys. Only 8 more to go. Are we so hype? Okay. This one is not a Bible. This is The Message, which is the Bible paraphrased. But unlike the Tyndale Living Bible, there is no footnotes at the bottom. There are no maps at the back. No maps at the back. There is nothing of value in this to be found at all, other than if you're really stupid and you can't read, and you want somebody to go read the Bible off of memory, or pretend to act out the whole thing for some reason and say stupid things like, well, gosh, golly garn, what are we going to do? I can correct the Greek with The Message. That's right. Yeah, no footnotes, no nothing. Just The Message. And, yeah, I don't know. Something I will give it credit for, it's got maps. You know we're in, boys. You know we're in. That's the, I think that's the Exodus. Yeah, that's the Exodus. Israel, and then we have some post mappage. We have a topical verse guide. That's kind of cool. Topical concordance, essentially. Followed by I believe this is something else. Hold on. Oh yeah, the story of the Bible in 5 acts. Some Peterson nonsense. I don't know. And that's it. That's the message. It's just a message. It's not even the. Get that off my KGB. I'm sorry. I don't look. I know we're not on best terms, but like you didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. All right. What's next? Yeah, why not? We'll go into the biggest Bible I own. The biggest Bible I own. You guys ready? Hold on. I don't know if this is. I have to check off screen. You guys don't look, dude. Don't look. What's wrong with you? You're ruining the surprise. Which one's bigger? Ooh, I think it's close. Oh, it's close. Okay, we'll get to my second biggest Bible. This is my least favorite Bible. This is my most hated Bible. This is the Bible that I wish I never bought. This is the Bible that I don't know why I still have. This is the Bible that I really should just do something with. It's a conundrum because I don't know what to do with it. This is the Geneva Bible with Apocrypha, 1560 edition, not the 1599 edition, because that one is actually in English. This, it's rough. Now, first of all, your eyes don't deceive you. The camera is fully in focus. You can see from the hairs on my chinny chin. This is a rasterized JPEG that got printed out. This is. Can you burn it though? I don't know if I can. I don't know if that would be a good thing, but no. This is a rasterized JPEG. You could legitimately, if you were here with me right now, you could count the individual pixels on this image. This is low quality. Someone printed this on a hardcover, and that was it. In terms of quality, it is the bare minimum. There is literally no space, no gap between the pages and the edges of the book. So it's just literally just a rectangle, that somebody printed out a page on. Of course, you have a barcode on the back that's printed in. Can't scratch that off. Womp womp. What are you going to do about it? I don't know who published this. You know why I don't know who published this? There's no publication info. There is no publication info because you have the table of contents, and then you have that's it. That's the Bible. There it is. You just started. You just started. No footnotes, obviously. No, in fact, it's not just no footnotes. No formatting. No formatting at all. You have the first book of Moses called Genesis, chapter 1. And then there's chapter 2. And that's it. And that's it. That's all the formatting you get. You get your first numbers, you have your chapter. What else could you possibly want? Someone literally just copy pasted. I want you to understand this. They just copy and pasted some I don't even know. They copy pasted a free resource version of the Geneva Bible, and they just put it in a book, and that was it. And here we go. We have the end of Genesis right here, and then after Genesis we get that's the start of Leviticus. You don't get any more information than that. It also, for some reason, I don't know why, and I cannot suss this out. I understand there's a complex history of the letter U in the English and Latin language, especially with V, U and V. I understand that they were used interchangeably. I understand that they were used as being the same letter for the majority of the time. What I don't understand is, for some reason, the Geneva Bible actually swaps the V and the U. So it is not... Oh my gosh. I'm not going to show you guys because that requires me trying to get this camera in focus. I'm here. Let me type it out. It's going to say something like, instead of Our Father who art in heaven, it says, Our Father who art in heaven. Our Father who art in heaven. And it does that for every single time there's a U, it's a V. Every single time there's a V, it's a U. And I don't know why. That's not how it worked. That's not how it was. I don't know who published this. Let's get to the end of Revelation. Now, because this includes the Apocrypha, it does not end with Revelation, right? There's the ending of Revelation. What was that? Somebody just emailed me? What was that? What was that? I don't have any notifications on... Okay. Whatever. So we have the end of Revelation, and then we have the Apocrypha. Boom, boom, boom. It sounded like a notification from Outlook, but regardless. And then, oh guys, formatting changed. We actually have chapter 2, and it's not centered. It's actually over here, and it's bold. It's not just the same thing. Wow, I don't know why it's different, but it is. It is. Yay. And then what's at the very end? Let's see. Nothing. This was made in the United States, in Columbia, South Carolina, in July 26, 2024. I think that's literally when I bought this. I think they literally made this when I ordered it. They were waiting, and they printed it, and that was it. That's insane. That's actually insane. What is this barcode? I want to see what this barcode is. The Heresy books run. The sound returns. What sound? Was there a sound problem? Or are you just talking about the notification? Do I have a barcode reader? I'm looking at my phone right now. I have a QR code. Is that going to work for barcode? We heard the notification sound again? Why is that happening? Okay. Is that going to work? No, it mistook it for one continuous search the web. This isn't a barcode, actually. This isn't a barcode. This is a QR code this is like 3 QR codes put into one. Look at that. That's not a barcode. That's like... What is this thing? I have no idea who made this. I literally saw on Amazon. I saw a hardcover Geneva Bible. I thought the cover looked okay. I thought that the JPEG thing was just like a printing error or something. I don't know, but barcode. Well, no, I don't know why I'm even bothering. It has the numbers at the bottom. I don't know. This is the worst Bible I own. Ugh. Okay. Oh. Now we're going to get on to the biggest Bible I own. This is my interlinear Bible, and it's so huge you can literally see where it fell off of my bookshelf and cracked. My chest hair is better barcode than whatever that code is. So true, music lover and classical music listener. So true. Yeah, no, this fell off of my shelf once, and now there's a big ugly crack in it, and that makes me so sad. Makes me so sad. Yeah, this is an interlinear. So it has the Hebrew. This is AZBTW. I don't know who AZ is. You're gonna have to be more specific. You can't just give yourself a nickname and then assume I know what the nickname is referring to. So you have the Hebrew text, right? Hitha. Underneath is a word-by-word translation. Above is a concordance number. So remember, we talked about this. Whenever the Adventist guy. Oh, what's up? All right. So whenever we have a number at the top, like number 20, right? Anywhere else we find the number 20, we know it's the same word. Even if the lettering is different because of conjugation or whatever, it's going to be the same word. Then we also have a bunch of a full translation on the side. So, yeah, this comes in Hebrew, English, and for the New Testament, obviously, Greek. This is super handy to kind of look at what the original wording was, in case you ever come across something a little tricky, something a little different. Like you see in a footnote, oh, the original Hebrew says something along these lines. You're like, did it? Let's see. We have a bunch of information after Revelation. We have the majority text notes and how to use them. Majority changes to Matthew and all the other Gospels and writings. Jesus in the Old Testament, we see where things are quoted from, I think this is actually where certain prophecies. No. This is quotations of the Old Testament, New Testament, and that's it. Yeah. So this is the biggest Bible I own. This thing is huge, interlinear Bible. Okay. Another interlinear I have that isn't actually really an interlinear, more so than it is this is a translation of the Septuagint. I don't count this as a Bible. I count this as a half Bible because it's just the Old Testament, right? So it's nothing terribly special about it. This is by Hendrickson. Oh, I should have said this is by Green? No. Oh, it's the same company. Okay, so both of the interlinears I have are by Hendrickson. Yeah. So this is Hendrickson publication. This is also Hendrickson publication. Cool. Anathema. Okay, yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, guys, we have a Muslim in chat. Can we bully the? Can we bully this Muslim right here? Can we bully this guy? This one right here. This Bevan guy. Bully this Muslim. Yeah, I believe in one nature. Loved using that line. All right. Preface. Order of the books, and we get to. There we go. There's no word-for-word translation, so that stinks. No word-for-word translation, which stinks, but there is side-by-side, and you do get the Greek. And if you don't know how to read Greek, why'd you buy an interlinear, you weirdo? But luckily, I do know what Greek sounds like. I know how that stuff works. And also comes with the Deuterocanon, because obviously it's a Septuagint. So now I have two ways to read the Septuagint. I could literally go Greek myself, or I could just, read the Orthodox Study Bible. Oh, the Muslim subscribed. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, habibi, mashallah. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Welcome, welcome. I will make sure we have halal videos for you coming out. All right. I think the next one I want to show you guys is Closet of Pentecostal. Yeah, it's so true. These, also technically not a full Bible yet. These are my Word on Bible collection set. The 4 volumes of the Word on Fire Bible. These are from Bishop Robert Barron. Bishop Robert Barron. Is that a cheetah statue? No, it's a cheetah plushie. It's soft and fluffy. Look, look. Soft and fluffy. All right. So, yeah, we have in order of volume, not by order of actual chronology. Get an otter one. No, actually. No, it's not here. I do have an otter plushie. I think it's in my closet, actually. But, whatever. All right. Anyways, so we got the Gospels. This is, Alpha, Omega. Yeah, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. All the symbols for Christ. Super cool. This is Acts, Letters, and Revelation. The Agnus Dei. All of the prophet, king, priest, prophet, king. Ege, Ecce, Agnus Dei. Here is the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. We got the Pentateuch. This is volume 3, the Pentateuch. You have Eden, the flood, all this and that, all these super cool things. God, the hand of God, 7 for 7 days up here. So a lot of symbolism just in the cover alone. And then the Promised Land with the temple, the presence of God. I think this says like something along the lines of God's dwelling here. I don't quite remember. And then the divine name. So yeah, these, I'm going to use this one as an example. These are chock full of commentary. Yeah, this is the introduction to Ruth right here. Here we go. Yeah, Ruth. Every single book in the Bible has these special little symbols, which are awesome. We have these, if you see something in brown, those are church father commentaries. This is from St. John Chrysostom about the son of Jesse. And then we have older, prolific church writers is what they're called in the gray. This is from Venerable Fulton, Archbishop, or I don't think he's Archbishop. I think he was maybe. But Venerable Fulton Sheen. You have some commentary from Bishop Barron himself. These are awesome. Some large, take a little minute to look at a quote, by itself. But one of my favorite parts of these is, this stuff. You'll get these art, little bits of art. Yeah, he was an archbishop. Okay, you have these bits of art. Saul and David by Rembrandt, and it'll go through all the symbolism of all of Christian art. Right? There's a ton of these. Here we go. Here's another one. This is The Ascension of the Prophet Elijah and Scenes from His Life by Theodore Polakis. And it goes through all the things that make this super duper duper special and unique. All the symbols of it. How awesome is that? I love this. I love looking through all this. So it has 4 volumes now. Gospels, Acts, Letters, Revelation, Pentateuch, and the Promised Land. But they're coming out with a 5th one soon, Volume 5. That is going to be The Exile and Return. I believe that's everything from 1 Chronicles all the way to Nehemiah, which should be everything else. But I don't know if it includes the books of wisdom. or the prophets. It should include the prophets. That would make no sense if it was going to be about exile and return. It didn't include the prophets, but I'm actually going to put these back on my shelf if you don't mind. Yeah, these go right here. Simon the Zealot. St. Simon the Zealot. Cool. Oh, we only have 3 more left, you guys. We only have 3 more left. So cool. So cool. This is another big one I have, very unremarkable. This is the Amplified Bible by Zondervan. The Amplified Bible is a translation by the Lockman Foundation. They also made the New American Standard Bible and the Legacy Standard Bible, which I already showed off my New American Standard. The only thing that makes this very unique in terms of a translation is that it will include any specific notes or any clarifications in parentheses or in brackets. Right, and that's the amplification. So, for example, here we go. So this is Exodus 37, verse 37. He made a screen curtain for the doorway of the tent of blue, purple, and scarlet fabric and fine twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer. And he made the 5 support poles of their hooks and overlaid them ornamental tops. The connecting rings with gold, and their 5 sockets with bronze. So it'll add little clarifying moments with the parentheses and the brackets, and they'll even have if there's any concordances that are like super important, it might put them in the thing. So like further, Bezalel made the veil of blue and purple and scarlet fabric and fine twined twisted linen. And he made it with cherubim, the work of an embroiderer, parentheses, Matthew 20, or bracket, Matthew 27, verse 50 and 51. And at the bottom here, we'll have some, that'll go through just a little bit of summarization, and then concordances at the very, very bottom. It's just unimportant, not unimportant, but less important concordances. So yeah, just like the NASB, this is Masoretic exclusive, which is cringe because it's, like Lockman Foundation. How are you going to be a Christian-centered thing if you're going to be Masoretic exclusive? You're going to be you're cringe, but whatever. Yeah, there are some other things here. This is, I think, an Amplified Study Bible, actually, because there's a lot more stuff. We have the author times, some pre-stuff information, pre-book information. On occasion, we'll get charts, resurrection appearances. There's plenty of examples of these. Here's another one, the vision in Daniel. But of course, this is from the Lockman Foundation, so you have to bear in mind the interpretations are going to be a little bit more evangelical, on the evangelical side. So, let's see here. At the very end, past Revelation, here we go. We have a theological notes and index by location. So this is going to be by location in the Bible, not like geographic location. So it's at the very start is creation, and then the very last thing is we have a witness, and then theological notes by title. Then topical index, and that's going to go for a bajillion years because I guess it's a study Bible. It's got to cover everything, and then a map index and our Zondervan maps. Yes, our Zondervan classic copy and paste maps of the world of the patriarchs. I assume next is Exodus. Never mind, I'm staying corrected. Holy Land at Sinai. How quaint. I was proven wrong. And there's the Exodus. Okay, Exodus and Lands of Canaan. Okay, yeah. And yeah, just a bunch of stuff. Here's Paul's missionary journey. Yeah, this is one of the Bibles that I don't really crack into as much as I kind of should. It's just like there's nothing. It doesn't have a spark, It's nothing. No pizzazz to it. It's just Just a little Bible with some parentheses thrown in. I don't know. Okay, two more left. Now we're getting into one of the most interesting Bibles. Now, for those of you who have stayed the whole time, this is the reward for you guys. This is one of the most interesting Bibles that I own. This is the Complete Jewish Study Bible, Insights for Jews and Christians, Illuminating the Jewishness of God's Word, by Hendrickson Bibles, the same people who made my interlinears. Where's my Septuagint? There it is. Okay. Yeah, my interlinears. Ain't no way. That's right. This is the CJB, baby. This is produced for and by Masoretic Jew, or not Masoretic, Messianic Jews. Messianic Jews. That's right. My favorite little group of people. Jews who accept the Trinity and the Nicene Creed and the church and all that, but want to maintain their Jewishness. Yes, a Dispy's wet dream. Yes, that's right. This is so interesting. It is so interesting. It is chock full of Jewish tradition, where it comes from, what all this stuff means, how it impacts the Jewish people. Jewish Gentile relations, like, dude, there's so much stuff in here. It will have excerpts in the middle of the New Testament from the Talmud, explaining how, oh yeah, even the Jewish rabbis understood this concept that is relevant to Christianity or something like that. And I'm like, dude, that's so crazy. At the front we have our presented too, obviously, and yeah. Something else super cool is that they change the names. So the New Testament is obviously written in Greek with Greek names. They change the names from Greek back into Hebrew. So instead of Jesus or Jesus, it's Yeshua. Duh. Instead of Moses, it's I think Moshe. Instead of the book of John, it's the book of Yochanan. Instead of Leviticus, it's Vayikra. So cool, I think. Instead of Ruth, it's Ruth. Instead of Jude, it's Judah. So cool. Jonah is Yonah, obviously. You knew that. Yeah. So cool. The only names that stay the exact same are Greek names that don't have a Hebrew equivalent. So Timothy is still Timothy. Thessalonians is still Thessalonians. Revelation is still Revelation, because the Greek equivalent of that is Apocalypse. But whatever. Maybe they could have done something about that. But yeah, no, so cool. It talks about the Mishnah, the Talmud, the Tosefta, and how they've all influenced all of this, and then it has these guides. Here we go. The Complete Jewish Study Bible. Topical articles, anti-Jewish scriptural interpretations. So if you ever come across, these, there's plenty of this in the Gospel of John. Covenants. These are all color-coded. Covenants, Jewish customs, Jewish Gentile relations, Messianic prophecy, the names of God, Sabbath, salvation and atonement, the holy days of Israel, the land of Israel, the Torah, the tabernacle, the Mishkan, and so much stuff. And I love it so much. The land of Israel, because it's so interesting. It is so interesting. We have, it's single column. It has study notes at the very bottom, as well as translation notes at the bottom as well. Yeah, translation notes at the bottom here. And then you study down here. And it's so cool. And I want to give you guys a little excerpt. So you have, here we go. So John 1:14, the Word became a human and lived with us, and we saw his Shekhinah, and the Shekhinah of the Father's only Son, the full grace of truth. And you're probably like, what in the world is a Shekhinah? And the answer is down here. It'll tell you. Oh yeah, by the way, here's this Jewish concept. This is the dwelling of God, the divine presence, the dwelling of God. The thing that was over the tabernacle, the thing that was over the tabernacle of Moses, the thing that was in the temple, the great cloud of smoke, is called the Shekhinah. And because they see a connection between that, because the Masoret or the Messianic Jews see a connection between the Old Testament dwelling of God in the tabernacle and the temple and with Jesus Christ, they translate it as being the same word. Super cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. And this also pops up again. The same word pops up again in the book of Revelation, chapter 7. Day and night. Yeah, this is verse 15. That is why they are before God's throne. Day and night they serve him in his temple, and the one who sits on the throne will put his Shekhinah upon them. So the dwelling of God, the divine presence upon them. So cool! You wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for these little Jews. That's awesome. So, very cool, very cool. I love this so much. Also comes with 2 ribbons. What did I put these ribbons on? Oh, interesting. Never mind. Okay, cool. And now the end is near. It only took 2 hours and 48 minutes. Hold on. I know what to do. I added everybody again. You suckers think you can leave. Okay, hold on. Last Bible, last call. Guys, we're only getting started. Hold on. I'm about to show my last Bible. It's a doozy. Let's go. Bazinga. There it is. Edward. We got him. I see the viewer count rising up. I see the viewer count right up there. Actually, it'd be like down here for YouTube. We got him, guys. Okay, hold on. Am I getting any more replies? No, I'm not. Okay, so, guys, this is also the cheapest Bible that I own. I'm going to try to, sneak it past this so you don't see. Yeah. I bought this at a Goodwill for $1.92. $1.92. Used, obviously, it's a Goodwill. This is very interesting, very spicy. Why'd you add everybody? So that way everyone can watch. So silly these people are. Okay, this is it. You ready? Oh, only one more viewer gets to see. It's just you and me, Eddie. This is the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures. I bought this off of Goodwill. I did not give Watchtower any money for this, and in fact, I'm technically not supposed to have this. Oh, okay. No. Listen. I know. I didn't listen. Why? Because it was $1.92. It was $1.92, and I get to know what these little nuts are up to. I get to know what these little screwballs are doing. This also says this publication is not for sale. It is provided as part of a worldwide Bible education work of the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I bought this for $1.92 in a Goodwill. It was the only one there, by the way. So this wasn't some evangelization tactic where they just drop a bunch of Bibles off at a Goodwill. This was literally somebody taking this and going like, man, this is trash. I'm going to put it in a Goodwill. So, yeah, at the front it has an introduction to God's Word. And it's like, it gives you all these questions. And you're like, oh, man, how are you going to answer that? And then it tells you, oh, yeah, this verse answers this. Who's God, This verse answers this verse answers this, and yada, 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 yada. And then it has a foreword about, the importance of the Bible's message and all this and that. It has a outline of the contents of each book before we get into them. And then we get into the actual thing, right? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and desolate, and there was darkness upon the surface. Now, if you don't know, this is by the Watchtower, the Jehovah's Witnesses, who are heretics. They are semi-Arians, or not even that, they're just Neo-Arians. They deny the full divinity of Jesus Christ as the second person of the Trinity. They deny the Trinity at all. They believe in only the divinity of God the Father. And they'll work this in somewhere, and as well as other bits of their nasty little theology into the actual text. But for now, let's just look past that and see what this, just look at the translation, right? So we have concordances right along the middle of the double text. I haven't seen that yet. That's cool. And translation notes at the bottom. I did not expect to see translation notes when I first bought this. I did not lie. I was not expecting to see translation notes. I thought that they would have been a little bit more like, no, dude, this is revealed from our prophet. What are you talking about, translation notes? There's no need. No, they're being slightly honest, just enough to get you to think this is legitimate. Well, in some ways it is. It's not like it's not like they made up. They It's not like they looked into a hat and got this translation out, right? They did something, right? They did some work to put, they put some work in this. Oh, let's see what copium they come up with at John 1:1. Yeah, let's see it. This is actually a very famous problem of the New World Translation, specifically John 1:1, if you don't know already. So, to start with, let's just go to, we'll use the ESV Catholic edition for John 1:1. Here we go. Skip to Luke. Oopsies. Okay, John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God, and all things were made through him, and without him, not anything made that was, or there was not anything made that was made. Okay, so that's 1 through 3. John 1 through 3. Let's look at the Holy Gospel according to John in the New World Translation. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was a God. And then this translation notes, or was divine. This one was in the beginning with God. All things came into existence through him, and apart from him, not even one thing came into existence. Interesting. They added some words that weren't there before, mainly an indefinite article in front of God. The Word was a God, with a translation note that says, or was divine, which is not what the Greek says. In fact, we can look at what the Greek says. Let's look at what the Greek says. Let's take a little gander, Watchtower. Come watch with me, Watchtower. Because we have an interlinear Bible right here, that we can just go and flip to the book of John. The Gospel of John. Right here. They don't even try to explain the discrepancy. Yeah, they don't. In the beginning was the Word, which was Logos, and the Word was with God, which is Theon, and God, Theos, was the Word. Yeah. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, Theon, and God, Theos, was the Word. Pretty shut case. God is not being used as an adjective there, because if it was being used as an adjective there, it wouldn't be theos. Theos is the subjective, or the nominative noun case of theos, of God, right? Whereas theon was the accusative. So when something is God, it's theon. When God is something, it's theos. So now you could make the argument that we shouldn't be translating it as the Word was God. We should be translating it as God was the Word, because that's the Greek Hebrew thing. But that literally doesn't matter. Actually, that literally does not matter. That's just a preference of word order, because it's literally saying the same exact thing. But Nathan, no, I think it's being adjective. I think it's saying that the Word was like God. I think it's saying that the Word was divine. That's what my Lamas told me. Another thing is, all things came into existence through him, and apart from him, not even one thing came into existence. As opposed to, apart from him was not a thing that was not made, right? Or something like that, right? Or apart from him, not a thing was made, which kind of, I don't know, there's something sneaky about that. By means of him was alive, light of men, John, yeah. No, there's a lot of problems, and then there's other examples. You can look up all the things that they decide to do and what's wrong with them. But the end books, the end bit, we have this end portion here. It's actually pretty cool. It's not too bad. I enjoy it. You have the books of the Bible, table of the books of the Bible, and when their writing was complete and the time covered in them, the abbreviations used in the footnotes. Yeah, biblical word index. Bald head is apparently one of them that was used when they were talking about Elisha. I returned. Ain't no way Amma was here. Amma was here, and the Muslims subscribed. Wise. Okay, Anointed Assembly. Glossary of biblical terms. Yeah. And then we have... we have some... Then we have some appendixes. So we have Appendix 1 is the Principles of Bible Translation. And it's okay. It's, whatever. Features of this revision. Oh, they use the word Jehovah, by the way. Obviously, Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't use the word Yahweh or Lord. They use Jehovah. And they show the divine name being used as the Tetragrammaton. And then they go into the divine name. That is Appendix number 5, the divine name in Greek scriptures. And they show that in Greek copies of the Bible, they would actually use the divine name in Hebrew still, just written to the side, as well as Adonai, or Kyrios. So that's interesting. What's fun, though, is they actually say straight up that the word Jehovah is not dogmatic and is just there as a placeholder so you know that you're using a divine name, which is so interesting and actually kind of backwards from what I've heard about them. So I'll have to look into that, because I remember being told that, oh, no, they think Jehovah is the literal name of God. But then here, this is saying that, like, no. The name Jehovah is not dogmatic, but the fact that you have to use a divine name at all, I don't know. What Bible is this? Oh, this is the New World Translation of Holy Scriptures. I got this at Goodwill for $1.92. I did not I did not support the Watchtower by buying this. I got this from Goodwill, secondhand thrift. The greatest translation to ever translate the translation. If you know Jehovah's Witness theology, then you know exactly what to look out for, and you could probably actually get a decent amount out of this. But if you don't get this. Don't even look at it. Don't even think about touching this, because this is a heaping pile of trash. There's nothing special about it outside of it was produced by Jehovah's Witnesses too. So we do have maps. You have to give it credit. It comes with maps, right? It comes with maps. Map 2. Okay, yeah. And then we have some other appendixes. This is so fun, guys. Look at this. You're gonna love this. You're gonna drop dead out of love for this. We have the messages of the Bible. We have after 4026 BCE, right? That's the fall of Adam and Eve, right? 1943 BCE. By the way, the use of BCE and CE, as in Common Era and before Common Era, threw me for an absolute loop. I was not expecting that, but, I suppose that's because they're scared to call Jesus the Lord. Anyways, Jehovah tells Abraham, there's all that. After 1070 BCE, that's King David, right? 29 CE, that's the baptism of Jesus. 33 CE is the crucifixion of Jesus. Then we have about 1914 CE. 1914. You're telling me something theologically significant happened in 1914. Now, if you know anything about the Seventh-day Adventists and the Jehovah's Witnesses, and you know exactly what they're talking about, and in fact, they'll tell you right there, Jesus hurls the serpent Satan into the earth, confining him there for a short time. Yeah, so they follow a belief that the prophecy of Revelation and Daniel, something great happened in 1914. They thought it would be the end of the world, and then they were like, that didn't happen. So what did happen? Something invisible must have happened. Seventh-day Adventists think that Christ moved from the holies to the holiest of holies. Yeah. Whereas Jehovah's Witnesses think that Satan got hurled into hell, which is, like, you're telling me Satan got hurled into hell before the worst two world wars, before the worst wars the humanity's ever seen? You're telling me Satan was in hell when World War I and World War II broke out? That was just humans doing all that? Wrong. And then the future, Jesus imprisons Satan for 1,000 years and destroys him, symbolically crushing his head. Why is it symbolically? Do it metaphorically. And guys, you have to give this credit. It is trying so hard because it gives us yet another set of maps. Oh my goodness. Wow. Genesis and the travels of the patriarchs. The Exodus from Egypt. The conquest of the Promised Land. And then we have tabernacle and the priest. What do you mean we can actually learn from this? What? There's actually knowledge to be had from this? It's got the layout of the tabernacle? And then another map. Dude. Settlement of the Promised Land? Kingdom of David and Solomon? The temple built by Solomon? Dude, that's insane. And then, of course, the world power is foretold by Daniel, and you're reminded immediately again, oh, this is by Jehovah's Witnesses, because you have Babylon, that's the golden head, the silvery arms are Medo-Persia, the the copper abdomen, that's obviously Greece, the iron legs, that's obviously Rome, and then the clay and the iron feet is obviously Anglo-America, which is the new Babylon. Duh. You thought it'd be something else? You thought it'd be already over? No, it's Anglo-America. The United States and the United Kingdom, the spawn of the devil, modern Babylon. Duh. During World War I, Anglo-American powers came into being, even though they definitely existed and were dominant prior to World War I, but I guess they just became over-dominant until the Cold War, when it was, more split between them and the communists. Would that make the communists the good guys? I'm confused here. I don't know. Israel during the time of Jesus. Notice they call it Israel. They don't call it Palestine like everything else. The Temple Mount in the 1st century. The final weeks of Jesus on earth. And he talks about Nisan 9, 10th of Nisan, all this and that. Holy Week, basically. Yet more maps. Spread of Christianity, right? Paul's missionary journeys. And then trades and commerce. But it doesn't just go like, oh yeah, here's a list of table and charts. This is talking about, this actually gives you images. So that's a short cubit. That's a cubit. That's a long cubit. And then that's a fathom. That's a reed. And that's a long reed. Ain't that something? Span. This is a span. Span's about this much. This is about a span. Wow, ain't that something? It's about a hand breadth. It's about a finger breadth. Isn't that so silly? And then we got some more currencies, some weights and currencies. Nice. I like that. And then the Hebrew calendar goes through all the months and stuff you'd expect to see in the months and what grains and such grow there. It's kind of cool. And then how to contact the Jehovah's Witnesses, how to contact the Watchtower. Surprisingly educational, but also malicious. It'd be like if the communists made an almanac. I'll say it like that. It'd be like if the USSR made an almanac and sprinkled throughout it, like there's some really good information, some really interesting study notes, and then sprinkled throughout was also like, this is when Karl Marx invented the wheel, and this is when glorious Stalin invented paper cups. And you're like, I don't know about that. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. That's all the Bibles. We did it. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I'm not going to tear my shirt. I need this for church. But yeah, there we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 in my car. 35 Bibles. How many translations, you ask? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I don't think I double counted. I don't believe so. No? 20? Yes? Okay, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 translations, I think. Unless I miscounted. 28. Should be 28. Did I miscount? Did I double count something? I don't think so. I didn't count I didn't count another NET. I didn't count my NRSVs. I didn't double count. No. 28. 35 Bibles and 28 translations. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you donate. Give me all your money, guys, please. I need to start paying rent, apparently. So give me your money. Thank you guys for showing up. If there's any, I don't know if anybody stayed through the whole time. If so, you absolute Chad. Cold. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the little notification bell so that way you guys can get updated. And my camera will not focus because I am too in motion. Oh, bow, 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 bow. I'm too much for the camera, you guys. You guys can't even understand. Oh, now I'm in focus. I slowed down just for you guys. So, yeah, no, let me know if, I don't know, if you guys have an idea for another stream. I might make videos soon again. Video on something. I don't know. I'll think of something maybe. No promises because, like, dude, I'm I don't really have any ideas of like, oh yeah, this is something that I think I could give some really good opinions on. But yeah. If you guys want to, I think I have clips enabled. You can clip all those funny little moments because I'm not going to. I'm not looking back on this. If you want to be funny, you guys can do it. Yeah, no, that should be it. Yeah, we all good? Everybody good? Everybody have a good time? We all had a good time? A lot of fun day. A lot of fun here. I have to put all these up now. That's the worst part of this, is I have to go put all those back on my shelf all the way over there. All the way over there. Another 3-hour stream. Another victory for Rome. Alright, yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.